What's up, Jay? You are you finally healed from all your accidents and stuff like that? You're on mute, brother.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. 7 to
Oh yeah, I'm
bed,
good.
pen.
I'm good, fam.
That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting 5 forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, blue jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. So hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pro's corpse. Biz market wave, the starting 5 goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the 4 letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people starting 5. We going in on 3, run the baseline, starting 5. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on 3, run the baseline, starting 5. We got what you need. And y'all know me, 7 sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
Oh man, from the lyrics from the homie Seven the Panther, he said you got no longer any use for the 4 letters. There's no more evidence today than it is for any other topic that we've had in recent time. What up, y'all? It's your boy the Mayor, that DJ named Ace Five, your mom's favorite fat guy, shoeshine guy, escape artist in 1995. We back with the newest episode of the Star Five Podcast. As always, support our sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Go to hooksrub.com. 20% off your order using that code STARTING5. Don't forget, next week, as the homie Jared said, a new product coming out. Need y'all to get up on that. TJ, what up?
What up? How y'all doing? It is gorgeous out here today. A breezy 70 degrees. I'm loving this. I wish this was New York all the time, but unfortunately it's not. So it is what it is. I'm gonna steal these days as
Tyrone, the weather is real good in Cybertron.
What up, Ty?
Yeah, weather's good. I like the weather. This is what I like. I like hoodie weather, man. I like when cause I work outside, so I like being able to throw the hoodie on, the bibs on, and I don't care. Them girls that work in them construction sites, the hoodies and bibs, man. So I'm ready for this good weather. They don't look good in the summertime. They be wearing big ass t-shirts, but the hoodies be tight. So I'm looking forward to that. And I had a good week. I got to do an interview with a general manager of an ABA basketball team that I knew from high school. And so that worked out pretty good. So I'm feeling good. Jamal, what's up with you?
What's going on, y'all? It's a nice day out, man. And I was gonna do the show out in the backyard, but I was afraid of enjoying this good weather with just a tease and then get back to whatever's gonna be tomorrow. And I didn't want to mess myself up. But I'm good to go. Good to go, man.
And none of y'all check the weather? I mean, well, for me, I gotta say I didn't check the weather today because I usually just step outside on Sunday and see what it's hitting for. But during the week, like if I check at least a couple times a week just to see is the rain coming allegedly or not. Like, and it's always alleged because I know
Yep.
y'all felt like this the way I felt sometimes, but haven't we all said like, yo, we should have became meteorologists because their whole job is to get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to occasionally get it right.
You know,
Sometimes they spot on. A lot of times they be like, well, check tomorrow. Let's try this again.
Yep.
the craziest shit about that statement is They show us the exact screen that they're looking at. And from what they're looking at, anybody with a brain can see that exact screen and say the same shit they be saying. When they pull up the Doppler radar and they see the rain, okay, it's saying rain's coming this way. I can see that. So it don't take much to even do the fucking job. Because they show you the screen that they use to predict the weather.
Yeah, but I shoot them some bail. They actually track the whole shit while they give us the cliff notes. If you want to say, Jamal, they give us the cliff notes, but they sit there and track that
Yeah.
bitch.
They got to read the charts and the meters and all that stuff and make guesstimations of which way clouds is trending and tracking and all that stuff. But yeah, if they got paid on commission on accuracy, man, bro, that'd be a tough job. They would all need 2 or 3 gigs, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you,
Just like baseball players, TJ, you get paid to fail.
You get paid to hit 300, which is 3 hits out of every 10 bats or some shit like that.
Yep.
Insane.
Because
You're a Hall of Famer. You're a Hall of Famer.
Because I work construction, I stopped checking the weather because it gets you all fucked up. Because like in our contract, we don't have to work in the rain if we choose not to. And so you check the weather and it says in the morning it's gonna rain all day, and motherfuckers start thinking they going home, start thinking we gonna be sitting in the trailer, and we be anticipating that rain, and then when it don't come, the attitudes come out. So I don't even check the weather no more. I just let what happens during the day, because when you start checking the weather, you start anticipating shit. And people be having their hopes up. People be calling the golf, getting tee times and shit like that. And so yeah, I just stopped fucking with it.
Man, we used to do that shit for school. We was like, nor'easter's coming, blizzard's coming. We ain't going to school tomorrow. Nope. Have your ass ready at 9 o'clock in the morning, bro. Late.
Nah, we would go. You talking about snow? We would go. And we would either stay till we got kicked out, or realize nobody showed up. They might send everybody home. We ain't gonna get in trouble, and then just leave, and then not get in trouble because hey, the storm. But you showed up, you got the attendance. Peace out. Good old New York City snow days.
Yeah, or lack of snow days.
Between when we was growing up.
Yeah. Lack of snow days.
Far
They had
between,
everybody listening to 10-10 wins, trying to see if their school gonna close. It ain't never happened.
Oh yeah.
You know what the schools in Philadelphia used to do? They wouldn't close, but they would they would give you an excuse absent. So it was like, if you could get here, get here. But if you can't, we ain't gonna mark you absent from school. We're gonna give you an excuse absence. But my mom was the type that if the school was open, your ass is going.
Yeah, that's what we did. That's what I'm saying. That's what we did.
Yeah,
And I'm sure we did the same thing. It was just, again, once it got to the point, I think they used to do it how, like, if there was a certain amount of teachers who showed up. If like because I mean, in New York, we had especially for Staten Island, a lot of teachers lived in Jersey. So they would have to cross bridges to get there. Some of them would be trapped in their towns or whatever the case may be. And what was it? I was in high school for the one from '96, the big one in '96.
That was crazy. Yeah,
that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a fun one. We was at the homie Jamal's house, across the street from the school, and rest in peace to my homegirl Ice's house. We used to be over there. Like, we was at people's houses while the parents weren't home. Type shit, you know what I'm saying?
When the teachers didn't show up, we'd have an assembly day. So they would just show movies in the assembly. We just all be in assembly. Go the whole day watching movies. We go to lunch. I think the gym would be open. It'd be open gym, and he was either in the assembly or the gym. He wasn't nowhere else.
No, so
that was it. You roam the halls, went to go to the bathroom.
No, we had them fucking classrooms with the where the wall was like
with the prison bars.
Huh? Yeah, we had classrooms where the walls were like sliding walls, right? So if one teacher didn't come, the other teacher in my class could slide her walls in
and just merge the two.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so they would just merge the classrooms and keep it moving.
It sounds like
That would be
school
chaos.
school building tips that Dr. Umar should have listened
Look.
to. He probably been through some of them same walls. But anyway, you see with the random shit, we talking this, and see, y'all know the job I work now. Fortunately, I'm in a spot where I'm inside, but it don't matter what the weather is. We like the post office. We out there. We open. We picking up somebody's garbage.
Yeah.
Or I'm listening to the tears of sanitation workers. Yo, it's too fucking, I can't see it. It's safety. And then be like, yo, nigga, like this certain era of sanitation worker, and just be like, yeah, safety, yeah, all right. Job's still gonna get done. Now niggas are complaining if they fucking their pinky toe slid on the ice just for like a half a second. Uh-oh. People say we're talking about outside, and people say the floor is slippery.
I don't know, Dan. I'm at an age now
The
where
floor
a
is
slip
in
on
your house.
ice.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Don't hit the same, fam.
No,
But I'm talking.
no.
This is 20 and 30 This is 20 and 30-year-olds. And again, the floor is inside of a building. The floor is in your house or apartment. The ground might be icy and slippery, but the floor.
No. An old head told me on the construction site.
He just called
He
you
said,
all head.
if you start slipping, man, don't even try to fight it, man. Just go head on down to the ground. He said it's easier to just go head on down than to break your ankle trying to stay your ass up.
You wreck yourself trying to fight
your
it, man.
body,
Man, it's,
your body naturally reacts to the, you counterbalance yourself to fall. If you would just go down, it sounds easier than what it is, bro. Your body's just like, oh. You might pull a hamstring and blow a knee out at the same time before you go down.
gotta drop and roll, man. You gotta drop and roll.
No, but dude, I mean, just from a standpoint of athletics, that's real as shit. That's real as shit. It just take the blow from hitting the ground over trying to stop and like I think I almost fell in the shower like the past couple times in the past few weeks, but it was like reaching outside, grabbing for something, and that trying to save your life, press against the wall, and like that shit takes a lot compared to. But the pain of falling on the edge of the tub probably hurts way more than the grabbing of the wall shit.
Dan is reaching for the water. Dan was reaching for the water.
Nah, never that. I knew better than that. That's complete mind lapse shit.
That happened to my brother. 2 weeks ago. He slipped and fell out the shower and broke the whole toilet bowl and shit.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yeah, he was all right, but he was pissed off because
No, he
he
wasn't
broke
all
the
right.
toilet bowl. It started flooding all the way down to the basement. It was crazy.
He was not all right.
And the worst thing about
Yeah.
that shit is you're naked. Like you can't do nothing. You're just sitting there naked, bro.
Dog. That's the
It's
hard
gotta be the
part,
worst
bro.
feeling, bro.
Yo.
You're just naked,
Dog.
bro.
And then you injure yourself, and now you got to call for assistance, and your ass is butt ass naked, rolling on the floor, all pretzeled up and shit. All pretzeled up, bro.
I don't know what.
You is so scared about your balls, and it's like your balls is in the same spot where you got clothes on or not. But it's just something about having naked balls that might hit the floor that you're like, no.
Nah, I don't think it's just about the balls hitting the floor. Pause. I think it's
Bro.
just the overall nakedness and can't get up while water's
Pain.
flooding. Yeah, and you
In
just
the fucking
hurting.
bathroom, ain't nothing but hard surfaces
Yo,
and
bro,
shit,
did-
bro.
yeah,
You
yeah.
fall in the bathroom,
Jeans.
you carry that pain
You
till
ain't got
July, bro.
jeans on, you just naked.
Shit.
That's skin on contact and shit. You know what
man.
I'm saying? Skin on
Woo.
porcelain. That shit is rough,
Yeah.
B.
Then the
Shout out to
Porcelain
Vern.
don't-
the
That
secondary
nigga always
injuries
getting
you don't
hurt.
realize you sustain.
Your brother's always getting hurt, son. Like we need to get him a bubble.
Yeah. Bro, he told me that shit. I was like, "You good?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Then I just busted out laughing, bro. I just
Exactly.
started laughing and shit. He's like, because then he had to call his daughter. He was like, "Yo, I need you to turn off the water on the toilet." These niggas like wrapped in a fucking, shower curtain and shit. You know what I'm saying? He just,
Man,
Oh,
yo,
shit.
don't fall in no shower with no glass door. You could be fucked twice. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
and right, like trying to grab the top and then tempered glass.
So
Just,
I did that before,
yeah,
right? And
that shit just
my
shatters in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
No, I did that before, and fortunately for me, the glass, the rail at the bottom broke off of the tub. So the glass door swung out and swung back in and caught
Lord
back on the
Jesus.
tub, and it didn't break. But had that not happened, I don't know. I would have pulled that motherfucker
you
down
got
on top
lucky.
of me. Because I grabbed the top and it came in, but the bottom broke off the tub and swung out. If not, that shit would have been right on top of me, dude.
That's why being naked is the most dangerous. You don't want to get glass on your balls. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine going to the hospital with glass shards
You know what I'm
in
saying?
your balls?
You looking like a fool with some glass in your
No,
balls.
because I'm screaming like a bitch. I be screaming like a bitch, bro. Hell no. Like, oh my God. Oh, it's in my balls. It's in my balls. Don't touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yes,
don't cut
wrapped
me.
in a
Don't
beach.
cut me.
Yes,
Doc,
wrapped
Doc,
in a
don't cut me.
beach.
Yeah, and you know that doctor gonna say,
Yes,
hey,
wrapped in a
we
beach
gotta-
towel in the emergency room, naked and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you know how the doctor gonna have to check your butthole too, because you know how the glass, you might have a piece of glass that you don't detect. So he gonna be like, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna have to check it.
Nah, man, put my ass to sleep. Put my ass to sleep and do what you
That's
got to
it.
do down there, man.
That's it.
Put my ass to sleep. I don't give a fuck about shrinkage or none of that shit at that point. I just want the glass out my balls. You know what I'm saying? And wherever crack it might have fell into on top of that.
They ain't gonna
shit,
put
you
you
know
to
what I'm
sleep
saying?
for that. They don't put you to sleep for vasectomies, bro. They just gonna put that big needle in your nuts. I'm telling you. That's all they do, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't want to even see that.
Well, then don't get a vasectomy, because you won't see that shit. Big needle in your nuts, bro.
Nah, that's not on the bingo card. That is not on the bingo card, brother.
It was on my bingo card. I had 5 kids. I wasn't about to. Yeah, shit. Nope. Pull out game.
Your pull-out game is weak, nigga.
I wasn't pulling out. What you talking about? My pull-out game was not weak because I wasn't playing that game.
He was looking for permanent vacation homes.
Yeah.
Pull out.
I started adding up costs and shit when I was in that shit. I was like, nah, I can't afford this.
I was trying to have a son. And it just didn't work out. I got all girls.
That's what's called making a business decision. You know what I'm saying?
I did. I got a vasectomy.
Especially if it was a person. Especially if it was with a chick I know I wasn't going to be with like that. Hell no. Nah.
Well, I was married. So.
No, sir. Well, yeah, that's different for you.
It's over. Now I'm glad my wife said not to do that, because I got to get that in there to get the things shut down. Nah, ouch. No thanks.
Well, no, but I chose to do. Listen, the surgery that the woman has to go through to get her tube ties is way worse than getting a vasectomy, bro. So it's like if you marry in a situation where it's like you or her, it's way better for the man to do it than the woman. But to be honest with you,
no need to disclose that information, but trust and believe. I understand. I understand. I definitely know. I know. But yeah. Enough nut talk. Pause. Enough of the test. We are on Testicle Tube. This is your host. But anyway, what we got to talk about this week? Tyrone, I know you got some of the joints that we're supposed to cover.
Well, I just wanted to put this out there that I didn't realize that the ABA, American Basketball Association, still exists. And I had no idea until one of my homies from high school posted that he has become the general manager of an ABA basketball team. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he he came on. He did an interview on the Lisper podcast, and yeah, the ABA still exists, and they still pay the players to play. And it's a league. You could be from 18 to whatever, long as you good enough to play. And I didn't know that they still existed. And also, he tells me that it's an alternative to going to college. He said a lot of those guys get looked at by overseas teams. A lot of those guys get looked at by college scouts, and a lot of those guys, some of those guys have even made it to like NBA G League team tryouts and stuff like that. So I was very excited about that because I like to support like all sports. And I was very shocked to know that the ABA was still around. You know what I mean?
That's pretty dope. And to be honest with you, like, especially in America, but capitalism kind of hurts it in a way. But I think there should be multiple sources of alternative means for people that want to continue in the sport that they dedicated their life to, but continue with it professionally. Like I knew people that shout out to my man John L. Wyatt. I used to play in the Rough Touch League with him, but he was when done with the Rough Touch, he was playing professional in Finland and in Poland, playing overseas. We got the CFL. The CFL only takes they have a cap on American players, but the Canadian players, a lot of them come from the American colleges and then go play football up there, play football back home. Of course, everybody doesn't make the millionaire, super $1 million contracts like an NFL or NBA type of shit. But it's enough that like you're getting paid a salary that a person has to go clock in or sign in for daily to play a game still. And then you could come back home and supplement your income by just still working a job that you can get up and leave because you got the pro team, the pro shit. And it's a good way to, again, to just, some people, the dream doesn't die right away. You know what I'm saying? Some people, the dream don't die right away. But that's dope, TJ, to know that the ABA is still going.
That is because I had no idea that shit still existed, and I was shocked when Ty posted it. I mean, like you were saying, like it's still a job that, and your dream doesn't die. I mean, outside of baseball and basketball, it's hard to do these jobs. Maybe hockey has an independent division, and you could play probably for these other countries like basketball does, but like it's hard once you're out of your sport that you didn't make it professionally to go continue to play that sport and make a living wage, like a living wage. You know what I'm saying? That's just hard to do. I mean, plenty of cats can make millions of dollars overseas playing basketball for sure. It ain't going to be, you ain't getting $100 million contract, but you can definitely live comfortably and probably even more. I heard the way they treat international players is sometimes way better than they even get treated back at home, with housing, cars, all this other shit that they don't have to really come out of pocket for, and it can keep them money. So that's awesome. I mean, there should be, more minor leagues in sports and, other leagues. Like I was just reading Maverick Carter is trying to create a women's league to rival the WNBA, and it's supposed to be paying better after they saw what the Unrivaled did over the summer for these women. And if he pulls it off like I think he can, the WNBA might not be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they that might evaporate that league.
Yeah, and it might be very serious.
You mentioned the overseas basketball. Shout outs to John L's brother Nigel Wyatt. He used to play basketball overseas in multiple countries professionally.
Yeah.
He never
It was a
he
great
never
living.
had it to make the NBA, but young dude was playing in multiple countries overseas all the time. I think now he's back over here. I don't know if he's teaching in school or whatever, but yeah, it's ways to continue your dream, Jamal, and just having the multiple avenues to be like, you know what, I can't make the NBA, You know, that's why they always say, yo, if you could make this much money in China or whatever, like go to China. But China also has to want you.
It's dope though because I mean, when people think of pro basketball, I mean, they just automatically think of the NBA. There's pro basketball, there's
Right.
pro leagues globally. That's what soccer
Right.
gets right. Soccer has pro leagues and they
Right.
have it in levels. So okay, so if you're
Right.
not in this league, you can be in the league right below that. It's still pro. You still get paid for doing what you love. You know what I mean? You may not be making
Yeah.
what the gods in the pantheon are going to make, but that possibility of you still playing and people paying to see you play, it's still there. There's opportunity. So I completely am on board with rival leagues or global professional leagues the way soccer has their format, and basketball is growing towards that that type of setup.
It's funny you mentioned that, Jamal, because those lower level soccer teams, people take pride in those. They really go out,
Oh,
and the support
sure.
is really there. Like it's way different. You know what I'm saying? It's just
It's
like it's almost college
And
level,
it's
like
dope.
the support.
that's what I was
for the
gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
It's like it's the area that doesn't have a pro team, but they got a college team. But then you got the area that doesn't have a pro team, doesn't have a college team, but they got their local high school, and they still stick by and support and go to those things.
And it's dope.
Also
Yeah,
with this,
and
yeah. Go ahead.
the setup which they have, which is dope, especially like in England, they have the English Premier League, and right below that they have another league called the Champions League, and a Championship League level, which is
Yeah.
right below them, and it's still pro, but based on how you do in both leagues, some clubs can get downgraded to that lower
Relegated.
league, and other clubs can ascend to the upper league, which is dope.
It's called relegation.
That's it.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
it.
say that. I was gonna say that. So, like a little small town league can get elevated to a Champions or Premier League, and that does wonders for that town. It's, you know what I'm saying, economy and everything, because now people are coming in to see it. Now, the wild thing is that my friend was telling me, and my brother-in-law, because he watches soccer, he said, let's say you got a Man United playing this lower team, and they got to go to this town. That town's field could be shitty as fuck. Like that's the field they got to
Yup.
play on. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Nobody's getting the top-notch field. And I heard that, I was like, really? He's like, yeah, patches in the grass. The stadium is all fucked up, but they got to play there. Now you bring in like a $1 billion team to come play this
That's what
mid-level
right.
farm team and shit, and now they
It's like
brought
high
a
school.
ton of economy. They brought a ton of economy into that little town as well,
That
because
part. Yeah.
Man U has a dedicated fan base that's ridiculous, and they're gonna go and they're gonna spend their money there and everything, and it's just wild. I think that's a great idea.
And these teams are like high school. This sounds like high school's field setup shit. Like back in my era, of high
Yeah,
school,
exactly.
you go to Wagner High School, they had AstroTurf. But then you come to my school, Port Urchin High School, you played on a fucking dirt. You played on a field that was barely grass, had dirt and rocks through that bitch.
Grass, rocks, and broken.
Yeah,
Yo, we're all that
grass,
shit.
rocks, and wild seagull shit everywhere on the grass.
No
But-
seagulls. No seagulls for sure. No
but
seagulls.
you know what?
I know
If
them.
You ain't had
your
them,
team is
them,
good
them
enough,
Star City Seagulls, then venture over
Nah.
there and drop
But see now when we're talking playing
I
football,
played
when
on
we're
some
playing-
fields and the outfield was just littered with seagull shit. I'm like, I'm not
I-
diving for shit today, bro.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say
diving
playing
for
on
no
a
balls, bro.
playing on a New York City park friendly game shit or softball, Clove Lakes Park, goose shit
Mhm.
every other place you fucking
Mhm.
step. Willowbrook
That's
Park
just
Yeah,
toxic too,
sometimes
bro.
goose shit.
Yeah.
And it's just and it's literally little logs like this around everywhere. Gray, green, dark blue, brown, black, like just little logs, little broken logs that
Yeah.
look like this big all over
Yeah.
the place.
When you playing
Yeah,
football, you don't think about that, man. You don't think about falling in no
Yes,
shit. Man.
you do.
You do? No, I never did. I ain't
Yeah,
never
man.
did all that shit, man. We had dog shit on
Yeah,
our
man.
field, and it was just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
like, we
Yeah,
ain't think about it when
it's
we played.
terrible.
Before you get
It's
there, you
terrible.
see, you go, oh, it's dog shit over there. But once you playing in the game, man, you don't think about that shit.
Until you fall on it, then you're
Yeah.
screaming, nigga, we gotta end this game.
No, you
I gotta
fall.
go. I gotta go.
It's
You
in my eye. It's in my eye.
Y'all
I
feel
got
like
it in my
Exactly.
eye.
Little dog shit ain't gonna hurt nobody, man. When you try to
No,
get
well, no,
touchdown.
dog shit is
Nah,
disgusting.
We
nah.
talking
Goose
about
shit,
goose shit, bro.
goose shit
Goose
is
shit
different.
and toxic New York seagull shit. Them motherfuckers be over in
Yeah,
Arthur's Kills eating all day, and then come over in the landfills, and then come over to the outer
word.
boroughs and just start
Eating the
dropping bombs
radiation
in your
from the
field.
Manhattan, eating the radiation from the Manhattan Project and shit.
Right?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
man, that shit was
See,
terrible, bro.
the goose shit,
But,
I give it up.
but
It's the goose shit. It does hit different. The goose shit does hit different because after a while, it just becomes like dry dirt. But you got to understand it from the perspective of me being a center in the trenches, and I have to snap the ball and make sure the ball is not placed starting off the play in the shit.
So you take your hand and just wipe the shit away, man. Like, come on, man. We
No,
grown men.
that's what the towel is for.
nah, man.
Man,
Nah,
y'all
man.
scared of some
You're
shit.
wildin', bro.
No, y'all scared
You're
of shit.
wildin', bro.
Hey, some
Yeah.
men are just built different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Y'all
definitely.
Yeah,
scared of
yeah.
shit.
I ain't trying to play like I'm going to the pros either, dog. You know what I'm
That's
I ain't
saying?
worried about shit, man.
But
Shorty shit
circling back to the
Shorty
soccer
shit
shit,
stains next to me.
I'm just saying, I ain't worried about it, man. When I'm playing football, man, I'm about these
you know what?
touchdowns, man.
You know what? Some dudes like being dirty, and they always dirty. You know what I'm saying? So a little goose shit ain't gonna holler to nobody.
I know.
We're circling
We all had that one dude in class that was called the Doodle Man. You know who? You know who it is.
It's
Yo,
that
I'll
one
be there.
person that stink.
Hey, I'll be there.
But circling back to the soccer shit, like when your team, this small town team, gets good like that, they can, afford to build the field up after like a couple of successful seasons because now they have the money to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then the town will try to chip in too. So I mean, that's just a great business model.
But talking on the alternative, like alternative league, alternative things in sports. Something that happened about a month or two ago that we never ever discussed. Y'all heard about how EA Sports was sold to Saudi, like the Saudi public whatever
Oh no.
fund, along with like Jared Kushner's company and a couple other people companies. So it might
Yeah, EA
change up
Sports
the
is
land.
right wing now.
Yeah, it might change up the landscape of how EA Sports does its things. So I gotta still buy Madden, even though, morally I should say no. But the Madden came out before the acquisition happened. But my real question behind it is now with this going on, everybody being America first, allegedly, should the NFL now back out of giving EA the exclusive contract?
No, because they want that bread.
Yes. The correct answer is yes, they should. I don't think they should have an exclusive contract. Let the competition dictate. Maybe we may get a better game out of it.
Right.
Maybe somebody
You know
else
the
may try and
Saudis
do
are-
something to make the game better. Because I think they've been lazy with Madden the last 10 years.
What?
You know the Saudis are going to make them an offer they can't refuse, though. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to flood the bag, and that's what's going to happen. But I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter now because like I played Madden and then 2K came released a game without the Madden licenses, right? And it wasn't as good as Madden, and not even with like the teams, not even missing the NFL teams, the game wasn't as good as the newer Madden. So yeah, there was a time where I thought the 2K05 with Terrell Owens on is the best football game I've ever played in history. But when 2K tried to come back and get back into making football games, it wasn't better than that.
No, it was trash. It was
that
trash.
pro football, whatever game they made, was not better than Madden. So for me, it's like If you give it up to the competition, what are they going to do? Because everybody says Madden is getting lazy, but I'm sorry, but the way it is like, what else? How far can you go with
Stop.
making football games? That's how I
You can
feel.
go back to how it was in the 90s and the early 2000s, where you have multiple different styles of games and you get the fun shit back, like the game, like the NFL blitz type games, the fucking backyard football type games. Like you could get other games out of it that is not your just standard NFL football game.
So if it's
You
based on
can
the
get
fun,
some, you
if it's
can
based,
get some of those. You can get some more, and you can get more rivals that are straight up and down. This is NFL football, but this is how we're building the control setup. This is how we're building our engine for the gameplay, things like that. To give a different alternative style, it's just like saying like there should be no other fighting games outside of Street Fighter.
oh no. If you playing for me, if you playing for the fun, it don't matter what fucking symbols on the fucking helmet. If a football game is fun, it's fun. I'll buy a football game. It'll be half price. They can make a football game right now without the NFL license that's half price. They can make a blitz football game without the NFL license that's half price, and they can sell it. And when people want to play Madden, they can play Madden. When they want to have fun and play the fun blitz style game, they can play whatever the game is called. It don't matter if it's an NFL license game or not. So that don't make no difference to me. The license don't
But
Right,
it
make no
does,
difference.
because who wants to play a game that's got fake made up football team? It's like any given Sunday. You know, you did the licensing.
right.
If it's about
San
fun and it's
Francisco
a fun
Sharks.
game, why do you care that much? If
I mean,
it's a fun game and you like, why do you care that much?
I played Mutant. I haven't played it in a little while, but I got Mutant League Football on my Steam Deck. It's all right. It's a cool little game. It doesn't feel like real football, but it's not supposed to feel like real football. And you're not playing with the NFL teams, but part of the allure in just playing the games is, oh shit, I'm playing with a fucking 7-foot mutated, unstoppable Saquon Barkley for the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh shit. Yo, Jaden Daniels can fucking throw the ball, but use his arm like Dawson and reach to the 50 and then drop an 80-yard pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that that's the case, but just like fun shit with NFL teams. And then too, like even back in the day, like a lot of the pro players enjoyed some of the, oh shit, they got my character acting like this and acting like that more than the, yo, my Madden rating needs to be higher. And we understand Madden is gonna forever be the staple. But you can have the NFL can make just as much money if they spread the licensing out. They could spread, they can still say, hey, EA, we're not giving you the exclusives, but we're still gonna grant you this. The Saudis will still
Mhm.
drop that hefty bag on them. And then they could go make more money off of the other little guys, if there's any other little guys that want to do.
What happened when 2K started beating out NBA Live? What happened? EA Sports
I think
nicked the whole thing. NBA Live got canceled, completely out, over, done.
after how many years though?
It
Because I
doesn't
swore
matter, man. EA,
wasn't Joel Embiid fucking on a cover of a live?
no, that was after it came back. Live was going for
Right.
years before that Joel Embiid cover. That's when Live came back. This is my thing.
Yeah.
EA Sports don't play nice. They don't play friendly. They'll pack their ball and go home, bro, before they fucking will be able to share with somebody else. That's why they got the exclusive license. When 2K started making football games that rivaled them, they basically told the NFL, we want NFL exclusives or Madden ain't coming out. Point blank, period. EA Sports will pack their ball up and go to fuck home, bro.
Well, then you know what? Then that in this case, let them,
Too
let
much
them.
money. Like TJ said, man, them Saudis will pay anything. Too much money.
This is true. So then let them pay for a no name, no helmet, no branded football game. You know what I'm saying? Joel was on the cover of 2019. Thanks, Lightskin. Shout outs to you, Denard. What up? But yeah, I mean, let them do that shit then, if that's the case. Let them go pay. You know what? Because give me a fucking CFL football game. I was probably the only person I knew. Me and my brother were probably the only people we knew who owned the fucking Arena Football PlayStation games on the PlayStation 2 back in the day. Give me shit like that back then, and I sound like one of those most of the nerd culture be like, yo, you're not giving me what I want. I don't have the capabilities to check myself like I do, and I could go build the game. But I'm just saying, free up the licensing a little bit. Say if you feel America and you know what I'm saying, and he says the licensing rights, I think, ruin the sports gaming market. I mean, in a
Absolutely. Absolutely.
to, to a point, but not 100%. To a point, though. I mean, because again, though I'm talking all this about the Madden and shit like that. Madden is the best football game
Oh,
there has been in recent times, hands down.
Yeah, but I liked it
oh,
when there was competition like that. When you had the 2K, you know what I'm saying? When you had this, because
Yeah,
it forced EA to be better. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. Yeah, this is shout out to the homie light skin wrestling fan. This is what we talk about when we talk shit about the WWE. Yeah, you're the
yeah.
top dog, but people want you to be better, except for Tyrone, because he got no
No,
morals and still loves that bullshit.
no,
But
no.
the point of that is like, yeah, we want alternatives to push you to be better. So it's like we want alternatives, and then the fans that keep saying, "Oh, EA ain't doing this,
Oh my
EA ain't
God.
doing that." Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep
Two,
making your. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
2K did not force Madden to be better. 2K actually made Madden worse because what Madden
Oof.
did, what EA Sports did was when
Oof.
2K was rivaling them, EA Sports went and got the license, and then that first Madden they came out with right after they got the license on PlayStation was fucking terrible. It was terrible, bro. Madden did not get better because of 2K. All they did was go and eliminate them. That's what they did. They didn't get better because of 2K. They eliminated 2K. And the
They
NBA
did.
too. When 2K came out with the NBA game. When 2K came out with the NBA game, it didn't force
Why
NBA
you think
life
they
to get
bought the
better.
license? Because they was getting their ass handed to them by
And
2K. So
2K
So
that's why they
and
bought
did
the
they get better?
license.
Did they get better,
yes.
or did they take 2K
Yeah.
out? Which did they do?
No,
No.
but
No.
Madden
2K.
eventually got better.
They
Go
got
ahead.
better on their own after that.
No, but
If you play the Madden after 2K, after the 2K 15 with Terrell Owens on there, if you play Madden NFL 2K16, Madden 16 was terrible, dog. Terrible game.
to you. But now back to the NBA part. to
That
the
was
NBA
everybody.
to the NBA part. Because no, 2K ended up forcing live out because the player base switched from live because EA didn't fix none of the bugs from live. And
And
then and 2K, 2 EA made 2K get better. There's no longer that fucking y'all remember the stupid arrows for the free
Yeah,
throw?
for the free throw. That shit was
Yeah,
Yep.
dumb. They
EA
made the
whack.
presence. No, but the point of it is the presence of competition made a game get better. In this the basketball case, it made 2K get better to where the fan base transitioned with 2K, and then it washed and stomped EA out until they tried to make a comeback, but 2K was way too large, and then they couldn't do nothing with it. I was a live guy over 2K. I still don't play these 2Ks because I fucking hate the simulator style of play. I fucking hate it. I don't like the WWE 2K games because of the same thing. I would rather mash and hit buttons and fight than you're pressing buttons and then you gotta properly time when a button comes up to get moves up. No, that simulator shit is whack. This is why I say, yo, competition does breed better in certain cases.
Yeah, I can agree with that in certain cases. Not in EA's case. In EA's case, competition either made them quit or take the competition out. It did not make them get better. It did not.
Well,
Live did not get better. Live folded. And Madden
right.
did not get
Eventually.
better. Madden took 2K out. Madden prevented 2K from making games. They didn't get better. Madden only got better on its own. Madden got better when 2K didn't exist. Madden didn't get better while 2K was out, bro.
No, true, because the hit stick came later, and then all the other tackling mechanics came later, and yeah, a lot of stuff changed while they still left glitches in the game. they still left things that you could exploit in the game. They tighten things up over the years, but yet there's still basic little things that you can exploit within these games. That again, let somebody else come back and be like, "Hey, we're the game that doesn't allow you to do this, that, and that," and you could play as your favorite NFL team.
I just I just want to stick with Madden because of the consistency, man. I don't even if they get the licenses up, 2K will come out with a game, and then it's going to be. I'm just used to Madden now because 2K already had this shot. They overtook Madden, and then they got took out. And I don't want to be with no football, and I don't want to jump back and forth. I was a 2K guy, and then I was forced to go back to Madden because 2K was out, man. I want something. Madden seems sustainable, and so I'd rather just be sustained than fucking have to switch back and forth or figure out if
So
this game's
TJ,
better and all
I
that
was
shit.
just, so
I'm
I,
old
I,
enough.
I was so reality says though, if you play games, why not both? Why not all three?
Mm-mm.
I played Tecmo Bowl. I also played fucking 10-yard fight, but then I also played Joe Montana Sports
Hey,
Talk.
you got time for that?
Yes. I mean, well, not anymore, really, but
Right, that's what I'm saying. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for
not
that,
really
man.
much anymore.
I might
But
get to choose to play one game a day. So now, if I got to play Madden that day, I can't play Madden and 2K in the same day. You know what I'm saying? I might not have time, so I don't have
yeah,
time.
and then the next day you switch games, and then the
Man,
next
no,
day you switch a game. The next day you play
no.
something different.
You ain't
It's the
never get
point of
confused.
having. It's a point. No, it's the point of having a game collection.
Mm-mm. No, different games, not two footballs. No, I don't want to
Where
do
was that? Where was what feature, brother? What feature are you talking about?
But
But anyway,
man, I don't know. So does the NFL really benefit from taking the licensing back? Because then, yeah, you'll have two games, but you're gonna be splitting the money anyway. I mean, like the people who ain't there's a lot of people who ain't gonna buy both. There's people like me who's definitely not gonna buy both games. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
he says, "Do
I mean,
you
you
remember
kind
the
of
clip of Madden
Yeah,
where Pat Mahomes was throwing a pass while falling into the ground?" Oh, that's what he said.
yeah,
Where's that mechanic at? That mechanic
right.
is in real life, brother. He's falling. He's throwing the bag to the referee first, and then completing
that's
the pass.
that's called a teaser trailer, brother. That's to get you to buy the game.
Right.
We ain't on that level of gaming yet. We getting there, but
Right.
we ain't on that level
But
yet.
but back to my thing with like what Jamal was saying about the improvements in the football game. I don't know. I play Madden every year, and I can see the slight differences. I can see the improvement in the speed. I can see it moving faster. I see some
Same.
of the improvements. But my whole thing is, where do they go? Because outside from it being like real NFL football, it's hard to improve on Madden for real every year. It's kind of like they're almost
you
at
don't
the
know.
peak level of performance for real for me.
That's where the
Well, you know what?
imagination comes in, man. That's what happens when you have competition, bro, and ingenuity. That somebody's gonna come at it from a whole different perspective, and Madden's kind of complacent, just making tweaks in the same format we've been playing for a minute. So
Yeah,
you never know. So sometimes you may need that refresh, bro.
you might have a programmer that wants to do that, but he doesn't want to work for Madden to do it.
Don't work for EA, yeah. Especially
Or
now.
You know what
can't
I'm
get
saying?
the job, or
Right.
Mhm.
might have gotten fired.
No,
Might have
no,
gotten fired because they
or
have
they
all
don't
these
want
they've had massive layoffs.
they don't want to hire him because they know that they'll have to give in to what this guy's doing. It's just a lot of it's politics, and it's a lot of other personal reasons why the business doesn't do what they do sometimes.
Right. Because like I heard, and I think this is staying on EA. I don't play the games, but I heard that they canceled the new Assassin's Creed because allegedly it was going to be too woke in this new white America.
Slavery, bro. You was killing clan leaders and
Yes.
shit.
Yes. Yes.
It was
Knowing that,
definitely going to
Can't do that.
be.
that might have got me to play the game, even though I get sick off open world games like that. It's just like playing Wolfenstein 3D back in the day. I get to go kill Nazis in a video game, and the final boss was a mecha, like a mega Hitler, and I could go off him. Peace, I'm in. Deuces.
Say less.
Deuces. But not off of that though. There's a question I had before we get into the two things that we was talking about. We were gonna talk about. He said, "I want that Assassin's Creed." I think the world wants it now.
Yeah, they should just
especially
call it
now.
Nat Turner. The Nat Assassin's Creed Nat Turner.
Right,
That's what you
right. But
That shit
I
would
was
be
thinking
wild.
I was thinking about this question. I was gonna throw it up on TikTok, but when I thought about it, I was in uniform, so I wasn't gonna do it in uniform. So, as hip hoppers and as rap fans and rap music fans and lovers and culture livers, I was trying to think outside of the standard of the rap music. As a hip hop person, if you claim to be hip hop, what are some records that you need to know about these records? Every hip hopper should know type records that are not your standard breaks. So that are not like, fucking
like
big
Ross
beat.
Costa's Soul on the Ice or something like that, or like
No, I'm saying outside of rap, that hip hop music that hip hop knows. But it's as again, I was trying to staying out of the breaks. So it's like no Apache, no Big B, no stuff like that. But why am I forgetting the group's name? It's not Paramore.
oh, I know who you're talking
It's one
about.
of them
Hold on,
trip. It was like that trip hop group that everybody loved.
I know what you're talking about. I got my Spotify right here. Hold
Like
on.
I'm saying, that like their music is something that like true hip hoppers should know about. And you're gonna be like, yo, yeah, damn, as soon as you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck am I thinking about? Obviously, like a Fela
Portishead.
Kuti. Yes,
Portishead.
Portishead.
Yes.
Portishead is like that music that like true hip hop should know about. Something
Right.
like a Fela is like true hip hop should know about Fela. You know, true hip hop knows James Brown already. True hip hop knows the drummer Clive Stubblefield already. But like shit like that, like what's some things that you could
Well,
think
that's
of
like
off the top that
Nautilus,
like
right? That's like the Nautilus
Bob
thing, right?
James, yeah, Bob
Right?
James. But that's Bob. Everybody
Yep.
knows the Nautilus break.
Right.
But yes, Bob
Oh,
James music.
Malcolm
Like
McLeod.
Herbie Hancock. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Maybe there's a lot of jazz influences you can go to for that. Stanley Brown. I mean,
Right, the obvious Miles, stuff like that,
right,
Coltrane.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I
Portishead
can
What
was
do
a
you?
solid one, Dan.
Because all I
Yeah,
can go through is like George Clinton, Bootsy Collins. That's the kind of shit. That's the only kind of shit I could go through. But it's pure hip hop people already know about like Bootsy Collins.
Gil
and
Scott
stuff.
Heron.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah. So you know,
that's
so you know
tough.
what? I laid that on y'all. Think about it and come back with some shit next week. Because even I'm
Yeah, I
sitting
got
there,
you.
like my mind, the wheel has been jogging in my mind about that too. Like obviously, like Portishead is like
The
that,
top.
but that's also like you gotta be like in like our level, TJ, like HHDG level of this hip hop shit. Like you
Right,
gotta have been down with like the Def Jux and the fucking the
right.
Raucuses and all that shit. Like you
But
to
look at
get to
what
Portishead, You know what I'm saying?
But look what Madlib has sampled and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And Doom and shit. Like they went deep in the crates for they shit. Like
Where thinking of Doom, Frank Zappa is one of them people in my book. Frank Zappa, you should know about Frank Zappa if you claiming this hip hop shit. So think about it for a little bit. There's a little homework, even for anybody listening. There's a little bit of homework for y'all. Who are some artists that are, the non-staple names? Like Tyrone mentioned them. We know the George Clintons. We know these niggas worked with people and were in these people's videos. You don't have to think just mainstream unless that's all you know. Michael McDonald, another good name. You know what I'm saying? Michael McDonald, another great name, actually. Freaking what's his
Hall and Oates
Doobie Brothers,
type,
Hall and
you know what I'm
Oates.
saying? You
Yeah.
can go Hall and
Steely
Yeah.
Dan. Like you should know Steely Dan
But
if
then
you
Shit,
right.
Blondie.
And then you can get into
Blondie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fat
That's
Five
it.
Freddy,
Yeah.
everybody. I'm still mad I lost that 45, yo.
Damn.
Rapture.
Yeah. Damn, before we get into the main topics.
How
did y'all feel about these no king topics?
Yes,
how did y'all
thank
feel
you,
about
Keith.
these
Thank
no
you for
kings
bringing it.
process? I mean, millions of people all across the country and even some across the world were involved with this shit heavy yesterday. And they were talking, and the GOP and the MAGA hats were talking about it's going to be all kind of violence. And, this is leftist, this is Hamas lovers, this is all this shit. And it was wild, peaceful for the majority of every protest, even in small towns and stuff like that. Even in small towns.
Listen.
And this happened in red and blue states combined. Like it was effective across the entire country. Like this was real.
And it was reported, particularly for New York City, not a single arrest was made. So much for these extreme leftist vigilantes on what they called Hate America Day. No, it's Hate Racist White Male America Day. Yes, if you want to call it that. Yes.
It's fucking no kings is what it is.
And hate destroying the Constitution and free liberty and free speech and the Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? Just hate all the bullshit. But Jamal, you was ready to go in.
Yeah, I went to one yesterday, and there's a few things I took from it. One, this is the largest mass protest in the country's history. That says something.
That's wild.
It says a lot. It says and the protest that I did go to, I went to 2 yesterday. It was 90% white folks, which is where it needs to be. Because we told y'all what's going to happen, so I'm glad, right? But the sheer amount of people that came out tells you two things. One, they better go recount the votes for that last election because something right. Or two, a lot of motherfuckers regret that vote because there is no way all those people that was out there yesterday was just Democrats or left-leaning people. There's no way. The numbers just don't add up. Right?
So what you just said, Jamal, and this has been my main thing throughout this whole, just like you kind of said, you said a piece of it. It's like, yo, this has been white people's fight. Shouts out to all my people. You know what I'm saying? But this is white people's fight because these are the people that needed to wake up behind all of this.
That part right there. Yeah.
And my thing is, this is where protests go when they don't come from violence and they don't come from anger. You see what I'm saying? There are protests that, a lot of the protests that actually have violence in them that ended up with arrest came from violence. You know what I mean? Like the Black Lives Matter protests, a lot of them came from the George Floyd thing where a man was killed. That's a violent protest. It comes from violence. It comes from anger, where this was a protest that just came from rationalization. This was a protest that came from people who aren't angry, who aren't violent.
Oh, no. These people are angry.
Oh, no, Ty. I was out there yesterday. And I'm gonna tell you, I was out there in Princeton, New Jersey, and Princeton. Them folks was angry. People,
Now,
it's hitting everybody. It was
And that's
different.
big
It
money
was
out there, Jamal.
you.
well,
Yeah, you felt the energy, and I will share some of the photos I took with y'all because I took a lot of photos, and
But the point
people have
I
woken the
think,
fuck up. They have woken
and
up.
the point Tyrone is making is valid though, because it didn't. These aren't coming off of violent situations. But
yeah.
the
Yes.
people to go out and march and protest to scream and have your voice heard in mass is because of anger,
Yeah, but
is
here's the
because of
thing.
frustration.
I guess I'm meaning like the difference between like the levels of anger. Like you know how when you chastise your kids, like some things deserve a beating and some things deserve a yelling. So you're angry, but you're not angry to that point of violence because it's
Right.
not. It didn't come from that. It didn't stem from that. It's like we match violence
I
with
think they
violence.
were. I think it was just controlled. I just think it was controlled. I think they
Oh
learned
God.
that
Right.
unbridled anger does not going to get you anywhere. It was
Yeah, but
focused
Right.
on.
Also this, Trump was looking for a reason to send troops anywhere he could if violence
And
broke out.
nobody took the bait. Nobody took the bait.
Nobody took the bait.
That's what it was.
They just stood on business and said, "We not doing this. This is the way we
Dude,
got to get it done, and that's the way it's got to be."
it didn't
And
happen
But I
like
get
I
what
said,
you're saying, Ty. I do get what you're saying. Is like nobody lost their shit. It's what was happening.
Right.
right,
So
right.
I do agree.
Except for
I agree with what you're saying, Ty. I do agree with what you're saying.
except for Mike Johnson from the previous week's protest where it coming from him, the most disturbing thing he's seen was naked bicycle riders.
Now, what
Yeah.
they-
Like if that's the extreme that you're getting and you're in the pedo protecting organization, but you're afraid of naked bicycle riders. Like, come on, make it make
But
sense.
I was more shocked at the turnouts in the red states more than anything because there was huge protests even in the red states and even in these small towns. I was just like, wow, they really
Because
coming
guess
out
who's
to
getting
stand on
affected by this motherfucker the most?
It's the people.
business.
It's the people who said. It's the people who said he's not gonna do that to me. He's gonna do that to all the illegals and all of this and all of that. And you even got fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene on some fucking broken clock theory shit. She's actually right in certain things she's stepping up on. And it is not honestly, it don't feel bad to even say that she was actually right on something. But we already
Yeah, she
know
got
how
me all
a
messed
person
up right now.
for the person not really, because again, you watch a person like that and her MO will be once things flow her way, she's gonna be back on
now,
business.
Yeah,
She's
she's
a
back on the
grifter.
bullshit.
now,
She just
Jamal,
sniffing the air. She smelled the foul aroma. She knew which way it's blowing. So she's
Jamal,
like, you know what? Let me get on the right side before this happens. She
Just
knows
so
what she's
she
doing.
can get reelected and then turn it around and say
100%.
bullshit. Go ahead, Tyrone.
Jamal, at the event you were at, was there like the counter activists out there? Were there people
There's
out
a
there?
few. There was a few, but they was punk bitching, and I had a few things thrown at me. A few dudes drove by in trucks and was shouting shit out, but they were smart enough not to
Stop.
counter protest on foot out there.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, they
What
were
I read about that,
severely
Yeah.
outnumbered. Severely.
yeah, what I read about that, Tyrone, is just that people ignored them. And people are like, oh, they're out here. And when the MAGA people come out here, they just ignore us. Like that was a flex. You know what I'm saying? Which goes to show you that they were looking for smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they were ready for the violence. How you going to say we're violent when you going out there looking for what you say the left already does?
TJ, who's the people that are the ones screaming civil war? We're ready for a civil war. Please,
100%.
Trump,
Oh.
start the civil war. Please, Trump,
Oh.
we're ready for this. Start.
Your man in Oklahoma, your man in Alabama, your man in Mississippi, all they ready. They ready.
And these are the
Half the
same
people never
folks
left their
who
state. You know what I'm saying?
overwhelmingly
Half the
these
people never
folks
left their state.
overwhelmingly Once you punch them in the fucking mouth, they go running to the law and crying. They always about that shit and smoke when it's numbers and stuff. But as soon as you bust them in the mouth, the whole demeanor, now there's victimhood.
You
So
want to know?
Your man hit me. He hit me.
I feel about it, and this is going to sound kind of bad, but you know how when you in school and you know that the white boys at the school can't fuck with you, like they can't beat you in a fight. So I feel like
There's always one.
are y'all prepared to lose the Civil War? Because in my mind, if it comes to a Civil War and us black folks really get out there and really band together and really, really participate in the Civil War with what we got behind us, we win. Like, I don't see
But
why.
because it ain't just them. It's half of them don't like them.
Right.
It's them versus everybody. And they're not putting that into consideration.
And here's
Right.
the problem in today's setup. Because they're the ones that are screaming this shit, they're the ones that they think that they have the most pew-pews on them, right? But realistically, the people that oppose them probably have just as much. The only difference is the people who are on that side of ignorance also have the American government in its current form on their
Right.
side and in their background. So guess who's gonna have that National Guard, the Army, with Marines, sending in troops, but on behalf of. But
Dude,
now it could. That's when it lays down. In my opinion, that's when it comes down to what's the morality of the troops.
how many?
That's right.
Right.
But guess who make up most of the troops though?
Dude,
Minorities.
I'm telling you right now.
Poor
That
folks.
there are a lot of black
Poor
people
folks,
in the
man.
military that don't necessarily want to be there. And if you start a civil war, you might have to be careful about who's on the same side with you that might turn that gun on your ass in a second. Like it ain't.
Not only that, these motherfuckers have secretly started a gun registry. All the shit these guys were complaining that Democrats and liberals would do would take their guns away and start a registry. Trump and them just started a gun registry to try and figure out digital gun registry illegally without telling nobody to find out who all the gun owners in the states are. So wait till
Yeah,
that shit comes.
they
So whatever.
Just
coming.
like
They
what's
coming.
happened with the alleged Israel-Palestine peace deal. They just waited on all of this dumb shit just to try to give Trump the props, just to fucking placate his bitch ass ego. That's it. That's it. But the no
He
king
got
shit, man. Like,
played again.
Wait, wait, Dan. He didn't stop 8 wars.
dude, he didn't. The fucking peace, yo. This fucking peace deal that was allegedly signed has already been broken.
As soon as they got them hostages back, they started bombing Gaza again. He got
Talking
played.
about
Yeah,
we didn't get
people.
He got played
talking about
again.
we didn't get the
Yeah.
rest. Talking about we didn't get the rest of the dead bodies. And
Bullshit.
and then the Palestinians are like, yeah, because we gotta find these bodies under the buildings you guys fucking destroyed. Like,
It's all shit. It's all
it's
shit.
all
The
bullshit.
guy has no intention of having peace in Gaza.
Not
This guy,
until it's
you know,
theirs.
so he-
Not until it's theirs.
yeah,
Not until they
Yeah,
can take
he-
it over.
the guy's the worst liar in politics the last 30 years, bro. So
All right, but Tyrone,
Yeah.
on to Aisha Curry. You wanted to talk about this.
First of
Hold on, I'll be
all,
right back.
I like to live in a world and on a planet where like people on marriages, people business is people business, right? And then I also like to live in a world where like I don't give a fuck what you think about my marriage, and I don't really give a fuck necessarily what you think about my wife. But where do we live in a world where you can speak ill will about somebody's wife and you're basing your ill conversation and your ill talk about this man's wife on how you assume that this man feels and how you assume that this man is with his wife? I mean, like, Aisha Curry is going on podcasts that her husband knows she's going on. She's getting bookings that her husband knows that she's booking. And they're asking her questions about her life, about her marriage, about her personal questions, and she's answering them. And because us people, these media folks that think that that what she's saying is embarrassing or disrespectful to her husband, feel like they have the right to fucking speak on it. And they're championing for a man who ain't saying shit. He knows his wife is going on these interviews. He knows what she's saying. He's not embarrassed by it. It's his wife's truth. And I'm just saying that why do you think you're endearing yourself to a man because you want to speak good about him, but you're speaking bad about his fucking wife? And I don't understand why these grown men are out here doing this at all, bro. It's crazy to me.
Well, we're about to do it, and
No, we're not doing it like that.
stop for a second. We're about to do it. Number one, and number two, the when the couple videos that I and I thank you for sending the links. I didn't watch none of them on Facebook because I've been off Facebook, but the ones that I watched, I'm glad I watched those videos first before anybody else, because in my opinion of this whole thing, and again, the woman was out there speaking her truth. She was speaking on like a what honestly like what most people feel like if you're in a situation but you never felt like you got yours and you still want to get yours. People are, I think the outsiders of their relationship are looking into it like, yo, what do you got to complain about? You got a guy who makes over fucking $300 million to play basketball. You're getting all of this money. You're getting all of that money and yada, yada, yada. And Biggie said it, more money, more problems. The money doesn't cure the factor of I still don't feel like I'm in my final form. I still don't feel like I put stuff to the side because we created a family. Now we want to maintain the family. Yes, my husband is bringing in all the things, but now, some people truly don't envision their lives in being that way, in the way that they are, whether it's poor or whether it's ultra rich like they are. And number one, like to be in their relationship, it is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy to talk like you can dictate how somebody's relationship goes. That is crazy. But to look at Aisha like she's crazy because she's on these platforms, I can fucking all but guarantee you that the shit that she's saying on these platforms, them two have already had conversations with for the decades that they've been together. I'm sure they've already went through all of these types of conversations before. In relationship, Jamal, you're the other married guy. Like, this is stuff that like sometimes when they're in relationship, not everything always comes out, but eventually it all comes out before you're giving it to the fucking world, because you and your partner have to iron it out first. So I'm sure everything she said on all these platforms, they've had these conversations. And I'm sure you could probably look at Steph however the fuck you want. Like Tyrone said, I can all but guarantee he is comfortable with it because he knows where they stand. The outsiders can look at it however the fuck they feel like it.
I do agree with Tyrone in that for those folks who are married, everybody's dynamic is different and it works different for everyone. And whatever their dynamic is, that's their thing. Now, voicing her opinions like that on a public platform, they're not devoid of people's opinions coming back. That's the only thing. So he can't be mad that people, if she's sharing their stuff out there on a public platform, people can have opinions. Like my opinion is, I don't know if anything good comes off of the red table. When someone goes to the red table, I don't think anything good comes out of that. But
it's a bad look.
If that works for them, that works for them. That works for them. You know what I mean? I mean, that's his dynamic. I mean, you see how Will and Jada get down or whatever. It's their dynamic. Steph's not a victim. He's not crying out for help or anything like that. He's not asking for anybody to that's how they roll. That's how they roll. You know, that's their choice. I do agree. I'm sure she's not going on there. Well, I would think, that she's not going on there revealing anything she hasn't told him before. And even if she is, he seems to be okay with it because he's defending her publicly. So if he's defending what she's doing publicly, everybody else needs to just shut the fuck up and move on. You can't, you know,
I
you can give your opinion, but you don't need to be telling what he needs and shouldn't and what shouldn't be doing. Because if that's what works for him, that's what works for him.
Yo,
It's
dude,
between them.
that TJ, I know you're gonna go, but it's off of shit like that where it's just like niggas have the nerve to be like, oh, this nigga's a simp, he's this, he's that.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but
Yeah.
I'm simping,
Yeah,
right?
let
It's
me.
like I'm simping, but I'm the one in a successful relationship. And what are you doing?
Right.
You're the one
right.
Not only
complaining
that,
because you can't keep somebody. You can't get the exact person that fits to a T to what
yeah,
you want. And you're the one out there still single, but I'm in a successful relationship, and my successful relationship bothers the fuck out of you.
yeah. He's simping, but she's out there saying she feels inadequate because of his success
Yeah.
and the attention he's getting. But he's the simp.
But he's
Got
the
it.
simp.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it. Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Well, that's what I was going to allude to. It's like I think people are upset with how she said it because like even if they got married, she could have still did what she wanted to do. It's not like they were struggling and he was like, "Oh, you can't go get a job or nothing like that." She had the ability to be in business. I mean, she runs her own business. She did TV shows. She's got a successful cookbook line. She is a successful businesswoman. But I don't know how she didn't think she foresaw like Steph being this big, successful person after 3 or 4 years in the league. If you're in the league for more than 3 or 4 years, you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
But
so I don't
nobody
know where
thought,
that
just
came
on that,
from, but like you
just on
said,
that point though, real quick, not to
for
cut
us
you,
to sit
TJ.
here and judge
Do
about
y'all
what's
hear me?
going on in a multi-million-dollar marriage is ridiculous.
But just on
Yeah.
the one point you made real quick, right? Like, as sports fans, none of us can sit here and honestly say we foreseen Steph Curry to be the greatest fucking shooter we've ever seen in our life.
Dan, I'm not saying that, but they have
No,
the
no, but
inside
that's
track,
something that
right?
people were saying. Like we knew
Right,
that he was going to be this guy. Steph Curry could very well
right,
be, yes, a long tenured NBA player who was pedestrian as shit.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And then she's still feeling
But
this way. Nobody's seen
from the outside,
$300 million.
from the outside, right? From the outside, yes. But she was next to the dude, so you know she's got to be hearing things of his trajectory, how the Splash Brothers, all this shit, the success they're having in the playoffs. She has to see and know what's going on because he's constantly getting thrown endorsement deals. He's got a face for the league. You know what I'm saying? Plus his lineage in the league. All that shit keeps building up. So she had the inside track to that. So after like 3 or 4 years, you gotta know or see what's coming around the corner. She's making it seem like his spotlight was too big for her. I think that's what people are trying to make it seem as.
But for me to counteract Jamal's point is yes, when you out here and you're doing those speeches and you're doing those podcasts and you're doing those shows and all that, and you're putting yourself out there, you open yourself up to scrutiny, you open yourself up to criticism, and people are allowed to have opinions. My problem is that the way you voice your opinion also matters. Like for me, if I had an opinion, if I felt like it was disrespect, I would say it in a manner that says that, listen, if my wife did it, this is how I would feel. I would be embarrassed. I would feel disrespected. But these people are going on there and just putting it blatant that she's disrespecting him, that she's embarrassing her husband, and at the same time, her husband is not saying these things. He's not saying that he feels disrespected. He's not saying that he feels embarrassed or none of that. So when you put your opinions out there as if they are facts, they're not saying I think. They're saying she's embarrassing her husband. She ought to be ashamed of herself. She's an ungrateful bitch. She's disrespecting Steph Curry and all this.
So let's put the shoe on the other foot here.
That.
What if
You gotta
Steph?
live with that, man. That's social media.
What if Steph
Social
was
media
a
is the Wild West.
pedestrian?
So when you go out front, you know,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Go ahead, TJ.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot here. And let's say she was super successful, right? And Steph was just like Dan said, a pedestrian. He was a role player, but you know, he always kept a job. And he came out and said some shit like that about his wife. They be calling this guy a cornball, all kind of shit. The women would be coming out the woodworks.
Yes.
Bashing his niggas. Yes. That's crazy,
that's
bro.
true.
They be coming for him left and right, bro.
It's not crazy
They
because
will
there's
be
a
coming
difference
for his
between
neck, bro.
because there's a difference between we want to act like there ain't, but there's a difference between a man and a woman. And if you got a woman that's the breadwinner, that's the provider, as a man, you can't really say shit, bro. You know that you can't say shit because society and the way it looks, you're supposed to be the provider. So her talking about her husband is a whole different ball game than if it was reversed and he was talking
That's
about her.
not what she's saying
And
though. That type of woman, no. Not Aisha ain't living in that well. No. Aisha's living in that equal world. She living in that equal world.
There's no equal world though.
to what Tyrone just mentioned, this is where I was gonna try to get to. It's that gender role bullshit. And I say that as bullshit. And I'm speaking from direct. This is me, nigga. I make more money on paper. My wife, in my eyes, is the breadwinner because she's the better manager of of the money. This whole you can't say shit. You can say if you have a relationship that you can talk, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But also, it's how your relationship is built. I understand that my wife is the one better with the money. So here's the money for the bills. I do pay the car, I pay the insurance and stuff, but here's the money for the rent. This is what we do. She covers the other stuff, things like that. It works for us because you gotta just be understanding of your dynamic. And guess what? If you're in a marriage household, I'm sorry. Again, gender role bullshit. My opinion, both voices should be equal. Some are going to be stronger on
Absolutely.
certain things than the other. But that whole the man's got to do this, the man's got to do that. If that fills your ego and makes you happy, then whatever works successfully for you, cool. But if that shit don't work over here for us, and having a shared voice, having an equal voice, being able to do a Steph Curry and be like, okay, my wife is saying that. Yeah, and what? It don't affect me none. To me, that's a stronger relationship than most of these other people. Once again, a lot of the people probably out there complaining and crying about and talking all the shit are the people who aren't in fucking relationships, are the people who are single. So many of the relationship experts out there aren't with people, which some people could say that that's a sign.
Can.
That's a sign to say maybe we shouldn't be. But you people are alleged experts in relationships and can't keep one. So who's the real person to listen to in
It's
these
not even
cases?
it's not even that they're not in a relationship. They're not in a successful relationship. They're not happy what's going on under their roof or how things should be under their roof. So that's there's many people in miserable relationships and marriages. You can see the divorce rate is crazy in this country every day. So when they see stuff like that, it just feeds into what they already are going through or feel that they should have some opinion on.
Right.
And I don't like that. Like Godfrey. Godfrey wasn't one of the main disrespectful ones. I mean, there were some that I saw that were outright disrespectful, calling her out.
There's gonna be no Godfrey slander here. That's one of my absolute favorite fucking people to listen to.
I ain't
There ain't gonna be
saying
no
Godfrey's is
Godfrey
better.
slander here.
You can see what I said. I just said
Yeah.
about Godfrey. I put that one up there because that was one of the respectable ones. It was way worse than that. But my problem with Godfrey was that he preempted his conversation about her on. And Steph Curry's a great dad, and Steph Curry's a great husband, and he provided for you. He did all things. And I'm like, Godfrey, do you live in a house? Do you know this man? You raising him on an assumption because he has an image that he has out in this world that he's a great husband and a great dad. When they could be having problems at home that you just don't know about. So for him to just preempt his discussion about her based on him painting this picture of Steph Curry as being this great husband, this great father, this great man, it's like, bro, you don't know that. You don't know if he's a great husband, great father. You don't know none of that. You're basing this
This
whole opinion on your assumption that this dude is a good husband and good father because of what he shows us when he has a brand that he has to market.
valid take, but I'm not mad at that because great fathers and great husbands don't always get bigged up a lot.
How do we
And
know
so
that?
again, but again, how do we know that? Because
We don't.
especially you, a person who listens to a
Mm.
lot of this, pop culture talk type media, like the good dads don't get bigged up like that a lot. But to again, just the flip side is you're right in we're not in these people's households to know what it is. But for me, again, good dads always get bigged up, just like great mothers should get bigged up in the same. It just goes back to that dynamic of we ain't in these people's households. Our relationships are all set up differently. But like Jamal said, and I totally agreed with, when you put yourself in the public eye the way that they do, just like even us here, whether people want to listen to us or not, we open ourselves for scrutiny. That's the reason for these conversations, reason for discussions. You open the floor to scrutinize what you say and why you say things. And then, yes, things become this person thinks this way, this person thinks that way. The only people who know the truth are the people who are in said household. At the end of it all, the only people who know the truth. But you do leave the floor open for discussion when you put it on a public platform for everybody to listen to.
Yeah, man.
Just like,
You put it out there, you're gonna have to deal with what comes back, man.
Um,
It's just the way it is.
just like, just
Yeah.
like Mr. fucking tap dancing for the white man himself. If it hasn't become more evident now than ever, Stephen A. Smith he got checked on his show by the husband of Serena Williams. And I say it like that because it goes to show that's how much you know the guy's name. I don't remember the guy's name.
Alex
But
Ohanian.
thank
Oh,
you.
Hanyon something.
But
Alex,
he checked him
A billionaire.
the perfect way possible. He said, I create billion-dollar companies. So I can speak on creating billion-dollar companies because this is what I do. I create this. I would take advice from a person who does the thing over the person who doesn't do the thing. It ties into my point of all the time, and that was a paraphrase. I wasn't exact to the T with the description, but the description goes because Stephen A. Smith had choice things to say about Serena Williams during Kendrick Lamar's performance at last year's Super Bowl, and for him to come on Stephen A's show, it would have hit so much better if Stephen A wasn't in studio. I totally agree. I totally agree. It would have hit
Listen,
so much better.
listen.
But to get checked like that, it goes back to the last conversation we just had. You ain't in you can't even get into the club. You're not even in the club, but yet you got words about the club. How are you telling me about my relationship and saying things about a relationship, and I'm still married to this person? Who are you married to? Who are you with? That check-in it would have been so much better.
Also,
But the difference
it goes back.
go
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It also goes back to what you gotta say. Don't you think they discussed this before she went on the Super Bowl halftime show? Secondly, Stephen A. Smith said on the same show, I don't want no smoke. He just came out of his face and said, nah, I don't want no smoke with that. Nah. He started stuttering, backpedaling. He did his best tap dance to get out of that situation. Super duper quick. He played himself.
The main
Stand
point
on business.
Tyrone, hold on. There's the main point in talking about the tap dancing when it comes to this guy. And then you're going to probably start backwards and then get to this point. Steven Jackson was one of the people, who's on his level who called him out for this shit. He consistently has smoke for any and every top black athlete in certain cases and certain scenarios. He never
Politician.
has this smoke. Politicians, he never has this smoke when the white man comes in his paws, hits in his face like this, especially a white billionaire. He never has this same energy for them.
Nope.
The real, the real funny thing is when you go through the whole backstory of Alexis saying that soon as it happened, he tried to get on First Take. He told his agent he wanted to get on the show. He wanted to see Stephen A. Smith. He wanted to talk to him. They denied him. They wouldn't let him go on First Take. This man said he had to go over the producer's head and go get a favor from one of his higher up to even get on the show. And then he said when he got on the show, the episode he was supposed to come on, they told him Stephen A. was going to be in studio. And he didn't find out that Stephen A. wasn't there until he actually showed up. And they were like, no, Stephen A.'s not here. And the professionalism of him, he said, okay, he was going to continue to do the show. And he said he had the right to be there because he also participates in, he also helps businesses that own sports teams. And he participates in a lot of businesses that deal with sports teams and stuff. So that gave him a right to be on First Take. So
Man, they have rappers on First Take that have no rights talking about sports.
No, I'm just saying, but why would? Yeah, but I'm saying he said he had a legit reason to be there. But he said they knew that he was coming on that show to try to get at Stephen A. Smith, so they tried to prevent it. He went over their head, and then they still lied to him and told him that Stephen A. was going to be in studio, and then still let Stephen A. be remote. So it was a whole thing where Stephen A. didn't want to smoke way before that guy even came on the show. Because when he tried to get on there, they asked Stephen A. You know, Stephen A. got a lot of say-so. So Stephen A. was blocking him from getting on that show, and he just wanted somebody that was too high for him to be denied so he could still get on there. And then they moved Stephen A. remotely after they told this man Stephen A. was going to be there. So the fucking backtracking, the fucking avoiding the smoke goes way more deeper than what he even said on the damn show.
Right. But again, Jamal, the tap dancing. The tap dancing that he does.
He has a very, very identifiable track record now of things like this. He has a surface level knowledge of most of the things he talks about. He has a horrible political acumen. He's just terrible. He doesn't know he's just loud and has an opinion or anything, and he's moves into areas where he has no expertise, knowledge, or precedent to venture in. And he saves his venom for the folks that look like him. Meanwhile, he claims he's always bigging up about the people he knows who is his brother, and those people tend to be folks who are unsavory. How many times have we heard him say, "Oh, I'm good friend with Sean Henry. That's my brother, Sean Henry," and shit like that.
I love Jerry Jones. Fuck them Cowboys, but I love me some Jerry Jones.
Yeah, but so I'm a Democrat, but I'm more of a centrist than anything, And then he's in that stupid. He's a performative dude, and he's very shallow. He's gotten very shallow and short-sighted, and doesn't understand how his actions are going to cut him off at the knees at some point. But yeah, it's just he has been known to do this. Is his track record of coming for his people, but not with a different type of vigor and smoke than he does other folks, and it just is what it is.
The problem though is that I'm conflicted with, because I still have respect for this guy. Though the tap dancing fucking it bothers me. It bothers me that he gives the soft shoe to the white guys all the time. Give that same grace to the people that look like you. But my problem is he employs the fuck out of black folk. He definitely does. Behind the scenes shit, he puts black people in positions to work cameras, work production, things like that. Like he puts even hate it or hate it, whatever you want to say, like even on First Take, he's got to approve them people who are like the lead anchors, the moderators, like the Mollies and shit like that. And he puts on a lot of black women in them spots. It conflicts me so much that you do that, but then again you turn and it is still like, don't trust them new niggas over there. breathing in nigga essence
It's
in
like
the
what
air.
Chris Rock say? Your uncle that molests you but put you through college? I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah. Here's how I can combat that. I can combat that very simply. Donald Trump gave Arsenio Hall his network TV show back. Donald Trump gave LaToya Jackson a job and a bunch of money to stop her from going bankrupt. Donald Trump hired Omarosa for his cabinet when he became president the first time. Donald Trump also let Little John win the Celebrity Apprentice show and gave Nene Leakes a job. So it's the same shit, bro. Like you do for the blacks to make it look like you're doing for the blacks, but it's just the same shit. It's a cover up.
Listen,
But it hits
Listen,
different when
he's
it's your people though. It hits different. Trump,
Yeah.
we understand it. Trump is when it comes to him, it's look at my African Americans. It's a fucking mask.
It's all
Stephen
about how
A.
it
doing
makes him
the
look.
same thing. Stephen A. is doing the same thing, bro. He's doing the same thing.
Look,
Theoretically, he is.
right?
Right.
He's a jack of all trades, master of none, except for one specific thing, right?
Get in the
So
bag.
just going back to he's on these boxing joints. Have you heard Stephen A. talk about boxing? He don't know
terrible.
shit about boxing. He sounds horrible, and he does this same shtick with everything across the board. And
He's worse on
once you
MMA.
see
If
that-
you ever heard him call it an MMA fight?
oh no, my God, I can't even. Why is he
this
there?
comment
Why
right
is he
here.
there?
The tap dancing he did for Dana White when Dana showed who the true king of power slap was.
Yep. Dana White, that's my brother, and I know the kind of man he is.
Just look at how
Do
the
you?
other co-hosts have left the show. Look at how Skip left the show. Stephen A. was all, I don't get into Skip's business. It was a contract thing. We're gonna let it go. When Max Kellerman left the show, even though we know Stephen A. was behind getting Max off the show because Max was smarter than him, but he was like, he kind of showed respect to Max, and he didn't start disrespecting Max till way later on when people started saying stuff about him being behind Max leaving. But look what happened with Shannon. Before Shannon was even fired, Stephen A. went on that campaign. Shannon got himself in trouble. Shannon's going to get fired. He fucking around with Disney. I know Disney ain't keeping it. Like, you didn't do that when Skip left. You didn't do that when Max left. But as soon as Shannon gets in trouble, you went on your podcast and on the show in the mornings to say, hey, Shannon might get fired. You know what I mean? So it's like, even when you look at that, you can see where
To be
my man
fair,
was doing some shit.
he didn't have the podcast back then with them two. And I think we also haven't seen T.O. back since when he checked him and said, I think Max is blacker than you.
That's what got Max fired. Was T.O. really? T.O. got Max fired, and after that, that's the
Because it
that hit him some kind of way. Yes,
it exposed how much Max Kellerman supported people of color, and it put a light on how Stephen A. fucking shits on Negroes in the leagues. It did. It did, and I think that nerve. And again, he probably don't feel a way about it, but sometimes it's just, again, outsiders looking in. And it just looks like that still is a sting to you, that you was told from another black man that a white guy is blacker than you.
Here, but what do y'all
But
think
he can
about-
change that narrative. He can change that narrative if he wants to. He can change that narrative if he wants to. He's in a perfect
that shit
position
hurt him to
to
his
change
soul,
that
bro.
narrative.
T.O. hurt that man feeling so bad that day. Steve, that a microsecond after that statement landed, this mother said, "I'm gonna fire Max." That was it. He knew it, man.
But also look at the thing where the host of the show was. Carrie Champion left the show, right? And then they got Molly in there, right? Now Molly's getting off the show. Now, mind you, Sage Steele is going. There's no black women to put in that position to host that show.
Sage Steele, fuck Sage Steele. She
No,
can
I'm
be
just saying she was one of the.
She don't count. She don't count.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, look at what they got to look at the options that they have that already work in ESPN that could replace like Carrie Champion or Molly Karen, right? So now you got Shay Cornett going to be the replacement. I like Shay Cornett. She's very knowledgeable. She's good, but she's pure white woman, right? And my thing is, you knew that they didn't have people of color to really come in and replace Molly at this point, except for Malika Andrews, and we know how Malika Andrews is. So you knew that there was. So you knew
Molly knew that
was
too.
going.
Molly knew that too.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Molly knew that too.
I'm saying that Stephen A. could have definitely. He could have
got
definitely
Molly paid if he wanted to. He could have got Molly paid.
He could have kept Molly in that position.
He's the EP of that show. He could have.
He could have kept Molly in that
Yes.
position. And when
shouts out to one of my favorites, Elle Duncan. She is holding down that 6 o'clock spot still. Like they have black women over there. They have, and some of them maybe just don't want to be under his thing.
Well, I'm talking about that. Elle Duncan ain't fucking going on that show to be under no Stephen A. She not doing
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
He knows that too. So I'm saying that he knew that his options after Molly was probably not going to be a colored person, right? And then to think it was over $500,000. $500,000 was her contract for a year pay. And that's what it was over, and Stephen A's making all that money. Like, y'all couldn't give her a raise? Like, no, man, I don't buy that. Stephen A was not behind Molly keeping that job, knowing that a person of color was probably not going to be in that chair once Molly left. And that part of it for me too. I don't care. I don't. That's how I feel about it.
Well, they got to play to their Fox and Friends fan base. You know, they got to pay to the Fox fan base.
His end goal for him is probably to get his own show on Fox News, man.
Yeah. Because he said he's a Republican. He's always said he's a Republican.
He was trying to get one. He's trying to
get
one.
You don't know shit from Shinola. That's the problem. You don't fucking know. You don't know a fucking thing about politics.
He just knows the people who are the talking heads in the game.
On Fox News know shit.
You're plate taking.
It's just grifters.
If Stephen A. ran for a political position right now, he would win in a landslide, bro.
Who?
Against
who?
Stephen A. would
get destroyed in the debate. He would get destroyed in the debate.
Bro, that's what he does, bro. That's what he does.
Because he uses big words?
Stephen A.
Because he uses big words?
I think Stephen A. can win any political office because despite everything we say, despite what we say about this man hits the numbers on his network, he hits the numbers on First Take, he hits the numbers on his podcast. This man hits the numbers no matter how we feel about him, no matter what we say, bro. He's money.
He ain't going to hit the numbers to be governor of New York. He will never hit the numbers to be governor.
He wouldn't. Dude, no, he would not.
They would clown him. They would clown him, bro. They would clown him.
Any office he wants.
They would clown him.
He would not.
Yo, just because he uses a thesaurus to talk doesn't mean he'd win as governor of New York, bro.
Tyrone, did you see the video of Vivek Ramaswamy trying to run for governor of Ohio? Did you see what happened when that crowd talked? They reminded his ass. His name was Vivek, and that's the nice way of putting it.
Yeah. One thing we do know about Stephen A. Smith is the man's going to do his due diligence. So for sit up here and say he's going to get eaten up in the debates, he's not. He's a journalist. He's going to do his due diligence to make sure that when he gets on them debates, he's going to know what he's talking about, bro. Like
you don't
even know what he's talking about on his own show.
He don't have to on his own show. I don't know what the fuck I be talking about on my list of podcasts half the time. I still can say the shit because it don't matter.
You can have
every right now. You got to come on TV, on national TV, and say some shit.
That's not going to get you a job in public office. That's not going to get you a job in public office.
Knowing how to talk,
because debates don't mean shit.
Debates don't mean a motherfucking thing. Knowing policy is different from just being able to game niggas. And yes, a lot of politicians just game. They just played it. They run that slick pimp talk. But it's about he can't win. He's not. Donald Trump won because he's a fucking puppet for racism. He's a puppet, and it's showing evident to this day that he is just a puppet. And everybody's playing nice, placating the puppet. You know, they're petting the dog, making sure the dog feels comfortable doing whatever while they're running the fucking show. Pay attention to what's going on. Stephen A. Smith does not have that.
He's one of the most popular men in the United States.
He will lose.
And that goes a long way to me. And I think that people would vote for
Oh,
Stephen A.
man.
just to vote for
Tokens
Stephen
get
A.
spent, bro.
We
Tokens
already
get
know these
spent. Remember,
people
they
are
got
stupid.
those
So you
tokens
saying
are useful
you
to a
saying
point.
he's black? You said he's a black. So you saying he's a black Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, he's definitely the black Arnold Schwarzenegger. Exactly my point.
You think
He
he's like
is
the black Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger? He's just gonna get elected to governor.
He's going to get elected, bro. If he runs for political office, he's going to get elected just because of him being Stephen A. Smith alone, bro. Y'all don't realize this man is
Well,
money, bro.
And
This
I'm not denying that he can get elected. Anybody can get fucking elected, though. That's not what I'm saying. But this dude's talking about he's a viable candidate for president, and he gonna find that harsh reality as well. Anybody can get elected, though. Come on, we done seen that, man. Crackheads got elected.
Yeah, I will just well, shouts out to Marion Barry.
Mayor Adams got elected, bro.
New York's biggest bottle waitress. Fucking, but yo, just to cap this off though, yo, the one thing that I definitely stand 10 toes down with Stephen A. Smith is fuck Jason Whitlock, 100%.
Yeah,
But the
for sure.
irony,
always.
like
That's 100% across the board.
the irony though behind this is and I'm putting this perspective together right now. Even though this comparison I'm putting together now. I've been thinking about this for a couple days. Him hating Jason Whitlock is 50 Cent Ja Rule. 50 Cent clearing the way of Ja Rule to do the shit that Ja Rule was doing at a bigger level. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Meaning, he's doing the same shit Jason Whitlock does.
That's what I'm saying. It's either tea kettle or the pot. You know what I mean?
He's doing the same shit Jason Whitlock does. It's just a little more palatable because Jason Whitlock showed us his true nigga skin decade ago. Plus. Fuck that shit, man. It just sucks, because like I said, I don't watch First Take as much as I used to, if at all. I have respect for that black man for what he's done and for the black people that he's come up off of. But it's just like pick a course. Like you came out, yeah, I voted for Kamala Harris. Now you feel like you came out saying you think you regret your vote. Why? Because you know that Donald Trump is specifically targeting people who did not ride with him. You know what I'm saying? So now you're regretting it and you want to be on that side, shit like that. Like, yo, it's like, oh man, it's the conflict of like, I want to support this guy, but then he makes it tough. That's just my point of view. I'm not one in the black community who's cut him off 100%. It's just he just makes it hard.
Yeah, I don't support his product anymore because I think he's changed vibrantly. I respect his success. His success has been his downfall because that type of success isolates you. He does not roll in any circles with people who can ground him anymore. So he's lost sight
you see the sweaters he wears. You see the pants he wears. Yeah. He don't have people who ground him.
He's always been impressed by name dropping who he knows. He's always been impressed by that and getting into those rooms. So now he's around a bunch of people who are making him feel like he's a top dog. He has no idea.
So wouldn't that make him the game? That would make him the game in hip hop, right? Because he's just name dropping wild people all the time.
It just,
chill, bro.
Once you get to a certain tax bracket, man, he's isolated. Yeah, he's just isolated from folks, from regular people. So he's lost his way.
But see, that's where I differ. Like even with with Dan saying about me in the WWE, the same thing with Dan saying about me and Stephen A. Smith. I don't have this moral high ground enough to be like, yo, I'm going to take something away from myself because it's what somebody else is doing morally. So I watch First Take for what it is. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the debates. I enjoy the back and forth between them. I enjoy the sports talk. I watch First Take for what it is. It ain't because of Stephen A. Smith. If it wasn't Stephen A. Smith, I would still watch First Take. And that's the same thing how it is with WWE. I don't care who's running it. I don't care how it's being run. I enjoy the product, and so I watch it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not saying, oh, I'm against Stephen A. Smith, so I'm not gonna watch First Take. I enjoy First Take. I watch it. I don't really have the moral
Yeah.
grounds to say that I'm
The
a
main
stick
the
up for
main
myself.
the main issue I have with that, it goes to the stand for nothing, fall for anything. And
Yeah.
and to me, sometimes you know what it is. Cool, you feel the way you do, but sometimes just internally, it's hard to separate the two. It's really, really hard to separate the two because yeah, I felt that way about the NFL. People boycotted the NFL because it looked like the top dogs, racist, yada, yada, yada. But now I have to cut off what I like and the support of the 70, 80% of the league who are also black who are still keeping the job. To me, that's where it hit different. Triple H and them running like this with MAGA is nah. And you're putting on a half-ass product that, oh my bad, has been coming out that is possibly being written by AI type shit,
Oof.
but you're running with MAGA? No. The Stephen A thing, I just have personally haven't watched First Take because I don't turn on the cable that much anymore. I watch my shit on YouTube now. I watch almost everything. I watch independent product through YouTube more than supporting the big time. I'd rather support the people that are above our level but are closer to access reach. Just because I like shit. I like First Take. I've been down with First Take since Cold Pizza. I've been down with First Take since Cold Pizza. First and 10. I've been
Yeah.
from back when the bitch started. And I was happy for the guy when you can see that he took the reins of ESPN's main product. He is the first morning show that sets the tone for the rest of the other talking head shows the rest of the day. Which again, if you don't follow the pattern of an ESPN, when one person talks about a certain set of topics, every single show talks about the same topics with some of the same exact talking points. It's an
Yeah.
You know
easy
who does that
reason.
as well?
It's an
It's
easy reason
fucking
to walk
Fox
away.
News.
That's why
That's the
Fox
Fox
is the
News method.
key, and they're not even fucking news.
Yep.
They're not new. They are just as good as ESPN. It's a new. It's a fucking product of just of entertainment. The news portion is Sports Center. This is what happened in the game. This is what happened here. Here's some stats. That's what news used to be. News used to be a crime happened on Fillmore Street where such and such and such and such, more info to come. Next story. That's news. We are in the world of opinion bait. We are in the world of what we do right now. So a lot of the shit that we talk
Yeah.
about, we did exactly what we're talking against in certain cases right now. We do that shit. We bring a different level of conversation to the thing. You know what I'm saying? PTI is better. PTI,
Way better.
you're getting too old. You're getting too. Oh no! Pardon the interruption. That was the That's the one with the four people,
Ooh.
right? And everybody
No,
gets eliminated,
Will,
right?
Will,
no,
No,
Oh no, Wilbon and what's his
that's
name?
no.
yeah,
Wilbon and
Wilbon and
Yeah,
Kornheiser.
Kornheiser.
yeah. It's getting the perspective from two old motherfuckers who are saying the same shit that the last show said. Pay attention to it, and you can be like, "Yo, Dad is fucking right." I'm just telling y'all, like they say, I sometimes, and sometimes it's even the same exact fucking phrases. You know what I'm saying? Open yourself. My last point: open yourselves up to independent shit. Open yourselves up to more podcasts, even if it's video or audio based. Open yourselves up to different. If you want to listen to opinion based shit, open yourself up to different and more opinion based stuff than just what the talking head networks give us. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
I'm saying
You
I
know,
run all of it. I listen to podcasts. I listen to sports talk shows on YouTube. I'm in all of it. But I like Partner Interruption. I like First Take. I watch that. I'm into all of it, man. I watch some YouTube shit. I watch sports stuff on YouTube. I watch those guys. I can't even think of their names right now, but I watch those sports talkers. I listen to Sports Talk with C podcast too. I'm in it. I'm just saying I
The
don't.
best
When
The
I'm
best
watching
show on
things,
ESPN. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying when I'm watching things that all that stuff don't go through my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm watching WWE, none of that other shit don't go through my mind. I watch it, I go, okay, this show was kind of boring today. Next week, I watch it, I go, okay, I like that Raw. I like that pay-per-view. I don't think about none of the politics. I don't think about none of the bullshit. I just
Well,
watch.
but I don't say that to say like you have to think about it while watching it. You just look at the brand logo. What the fuck do they stand for? And that's what I'm trying to say is it's like you look at what they stand for, and then it's like, yo, do I really want to deliver and support that product overall? I'm
Credibility means a
sorry.
lot, man. Yeah,
I'm
and it's not.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of his
And
credibility.
ESPN got rid
It's
of
just all speculation.
got rid of a bunch. Yeah,
Yeah.
ESPN got rid of a bunch of those shows. Like the sports reporters, they used to come on Sunday morning, was a dope show, and it
That
had
was
different. That was several, and it was newspaper columnists. It wasn't even talking heads. It was
the people
newspaper
who were
columnists,
actually in the locker
journalists.
rooms.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and actually in the locker rooms, actually interviewing, traveling with these teams, giving what they and they wouldn't blow their sources or out nobody, but they were going by what they heard and seen in the locker room, and they were making their judgments and opinions, which was more factual than anything else that anybody's putting out today, and they just let that shit go. Like,
Yeah.
ESPN is not what it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago.
And nothing should ever remain the same. But you can just see it now. Like it's the same. Jamal said it best, yo. It's just like Fox News, which isn't news anymore. It's just
It's
gamut.
regurgitation.
It's a gamut of talking head shows regurgitating the same points to hammer home to make people think, oh, when I talk about football, oh, quarterback. I just know the quarterback this, the quarterback that, the quarterback. You got that from all the fucking talking head opinion shows that don't teach you the rest about the other shit.
Not me. No, I didn't. I didn't have cable when I was growing up as a kid. And I couldn't see none of them talking this shit you talking about. I got that from me watching football, bro. The quarterback is that guy. And quarterback's always been that dude to me. I didn't get cable till I was grown. So I couldn't watch ESPN when I was a kid at all, none of it. So I didn't get that from that. I got that from me. That's been my stance since forever. Quarterback is that dude. That's the guy. And if you don't got that guy, you ain't gonna win for real. And I still stand on that because it's been proven. I don't got it. That is facts. If your quarterback ain't that guy, you ain't winning.
New York Giants, Jeff Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler ain't win. He ain't no winner. What did he win?
Jeff Hostetler won a Super Bowl.
With who?
He won a Super Bowl.
With who?
With the Giants.
I just said, nigga. I just said New York Giants, Jeff Hostetler, Trent Dilfer with the fucking Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Every quarterback who won a Super Bowl for your team.
That ain't the rule. That's the objection to the rule. The rule is most of the time the good quarter. You need that dude, that quarterback to win Super Bowl. Y'all talking about the slight objection.
Every quarterback that won a Super Bowl for your team.
What do you mean?
Was not that dude.
Absolutely not. But Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. They had an all-star team. They had fucking two of the best receivers on the outside. They had a championship running back. That's an anomaly.
All right, so first of all, wasn't that a strike year anyway?
That's an anomaly, though.
But Jamal,
fam?
Didn't he just say? Hold on. Didn't he just say the quarterback is the key to it all? I just ran down. What did I just fucking run down? Super Bowl winners where the quarterback was not that guy.
That's not the rule, though. That's the anomaly. That's the objection to the rule. You always got one. A broken clock is right one time a day. 2 times as
I,
much as
so,
The
so,
Giants
so Drew Brees,
do not
Drew
win that
Brees is
Super
broken
Bowl
clock.
without Jeff Hostetler, bro.
No, Drew
The
Brees.
Giants do not win the Super Bowl that year without Hostetler.
Drew Brees is broken
It's
clock.
facts.
Aaron Rodgers is broken clock.
No,
Then
Aaron Rodgers is that dude. What are you talking about?
he won 1 Super Bowl. I thought he
Because
was that
that
dude.
dude. That's why he won that Super Bowl, because he was that dude. Drew Brees won that Super Bowl because he was that dude.
Oh man.
What you mean?
Yeah,
So
This is
Eli
what happens
Manning
when
is that
you're-
dude
you're-
then. Eli Manning is that
not
dude.
Eli Manning
No
is
more-
an objection to the rule.
No more. No,
Oh!
no more Eli.
You
No,
used that-
you
you
see
used
what the
that dude
fuck we
twice.
talking about?
They didn't win that Super Bowl because of Eli
You
Manning.
did that
They won
dude
that Super Bowl
twice.
because of the defense. That's an objection.
Use that
Yeah,
dude
now,
twice.
now you move the
2 times.
goalposts. Here come the
No,
Twice,
goalposts
yes.
moving.
There,
Here
Listen,
comes the goalposts
how many Super
moving.
Bowls
This
have
is
been
what
won by
happens.
quarterbacks that was that
This
dude?
shit
as
is moving
opposed
like
to
an
what
arcade
you guys
basketball
all
game.
saying, bro.
Bro,
Y'all can't
like it's on wheels.
Y'all
The
can't
red
do
racial
it.
slur fan.
Listen,
You would
don't-
say
you-
you would
you
say
don't
my
have that
Philadelphia
dude at quarterback.
Eagles. You would
What?
say my Philadelphia Eagles won that Super Bowl with a guy who was not that dude.
No.
In
Hurts is-
fucking Nick
Hurts
Foles.
is that dude, right? I ain't saying
No,
Hurts
oh
ain't
no,
that
no, no,
dude.
no. You skipping. I said Nick Foles.
Oh, yeah, Nick Foles ain't that dude.
Oh. But okay.
He's an exception to the rule. There are always exceptions
Really?
to the rule.
So
Nick
so
Foles
there
is
are
an
about
exception
20
the
to
rule.
30 exceptions to the rule.
It's not 20 to 30. Ain't no 30 quarterbacks that was exceptions to the rule.
New
No
York
Super Bowl.
Jets, Joe Namath.
Oh my God, you cannot.
Shall
You
we
ain't gonna
keep
come up with
going?
30 quarterbacks
Shall
that
we
won
keep
that dude.
going?
You're not going. You're gonna get 10. There's probably 10 quarterbacks that won Super
What,
Bowl. that wasn't
Jamal?
that dude.
Jamal,
10.
what do
Yeah.
people think about fucking Terry Bradshaw?
Terry Bradshaw was that
Yeah.
dude, bro. You can't deny it though.
Terry Bradshaw
Oh,
got 4 rings.
no.
Terry
You
Bradshaw was that
ever
dude
hear
the
anybody
whole time.
talk about Terry Bradshaw? Yeah, go ahead.
He was that
4
dude
rings he
back
got.
then, though.
Oh, so it wasn't the defense like you claimed the Giants were? It wasn't the steel
Terry
curtain?
Bradshaw was that
It
dude
wasn't
back
the
then,
steel
though.
curtain. It wasn't the steel
It
curtain.
wasn't Lynn Swan. It was.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't
It
Lynn
wasn't
Swan.
Franco?
And Franco Harris.
No,
It wasn't Franco?
even if I give
No.
y'all Terry Bradshaw, y'all still don't have.
Oh
Y'all
my
still only got
God!
like 10 of those examples.
He had
Y'all
some of
out
the worst
Super Bowls,
stats
you got
as
10
a
guys.
Super Bowl quarterback of all
Out
time.
of all the Super Bowls, y'all got 10 guys. Y'all got 10, maybe 10 that y'all can claim that wasn't that dude that won Super Bowl. Maybe 10.
Listen,
Wow!
No, nothing. It's
Wow.
fact. It's fact.
you only got to be
Wow.
that dude when the lights is on and it's your turn. It's your time to speak.
No. You gotta be
Especially in
that dude.
football, it's one game.
Yeah.
Who-
When your number is called,
No.
and all those dudes that you're saying are not that dude won multiple games to get them chips and the chip.
Yeah, so what?
And they had to make the throw.
Jeff
They had to
Hostetler,
make the throw.
they had to make the throws and they had to be
Who won the game
juggernauts.
for them?
Jeff Hostetler dethroned Joe Montana. They stopped
You know
the
how hard
three-peat.
that is?
That was one of the greatest teams in NFL history. Nick Foles beat the GOAT. Eli Manning curried the GOAT twice.
What y'all talking about? Eli Manning.
In the kitchen, wrist whipping like a stir fry.
Fam.
The Patriots, who had the highest scoring team in NFL history, only scored 14 points in the Super Bowl.
Lost
And y'all
twice.
telling me that the Giants won because of Eli? No way, Jose. Y'all know
So the
defense
Steelers
won that
won
Super
because
Bowl.
of Terry Bradshaw?
No.
The Steelers won because of
Yes,
Terry
I
Bradshaw.
do want Terry Bradshaw. I'll give you him. But you ain't got a lot
Hey,
of them.
hey,
How
Ty.
many Super Bowls has it been?
Ty.
And how many quarterbacks wasn't that dude that won it? The
Ty.
percentage is not high, bro.
You're not a
Who-
multiple Super
Who's
Bowl
made
MVP.
3 of the greatest throws in Super Bowl history? Number 10. 3. Okay, number 2.
He's still not
Who-
accountable for winning those games,
Listen.
bro.
Ty, who has more passing yards in one playoffs run than Eli Manning?
My point is that
Oh,
Eli
that-
Manning is
no,
not Eli Manning
no,
that dude.
He did, Jamal, he did exactly what MAGA does. When you throw a direct question at him, but what about them?
Yo,
But what
yo,
about?
Stephen
That's
A.
what he just did.
Get your tap shoes on, Stephen A. You
Hold on.
tap dancing like a motherfucker right
I'm
now.
not tap dancing. I'm standing on business. Does that make Eli Manning that dude? No, it does not.
You know what's
Who
gonna
makes
make him
that
that
throw?
dude? He got
Who
that
makes
yellow
that throw
jacket.
for Manningham?
Yeah.
Who
When
makes
he
that
get that
throw
yellow
for
jacket,
Manningham, bro?
and all you got to look back on is Mark Rippon.
Mark Rippon wasn't that dude. Why do you think he only won one? Because he wasn't that dude, bro.
Mark Rippon, poor, and I'll never slander Doug Williams. I'll never
Doug
slander
Williams
Doug
wasn't
Williams.
that dude. Doug
But
Williams was
for the
a
sake of
backup,
argument,
a career
so you
backup.
had what?
To be honest.
Joe Theismann, Mark Rippon,
Joe
and Doug
Theismann
Williams.
Joe Theismann was that dude. He got injured. Joe Theismann would have been
He
that
didn't get
dude.
injured. You mean chicken wing on his leg?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. How many Super Bowls?
Quick, hurry up. And don't do
Uh,
like Madden and run the ambulance over me. Hurry
No,
up.
no. So y'all like direct questions. Out of how many Super Bowls, though? Y'all got how many Super Bowls we got? How many quarterbacks weren't that dude that won Super Bowl? The percentage is low, bro. It's like maybe 10 or 11. It ain't 20.
what?
It ain't
Re-ask your
20.
question. I'm not sure.
It ain't 20.
All right,
Well, you have to
think.
discount right away. Your argument is null and void. Anybody who's won multiple Super Bowls, already your argument's done. If you won more than one, you're that dude, hands down. That's just the way it is.
Okay, so in that argument, Terry Bradshaw's that dude then.
You the one that said he wasn't.
No, y'all said he wasn't.
No,
I said he was.
I brought him up because as I said,
So
people don't bring up Terry Bradshaw in those great times. They never bring him up.
Is Terry
They
Bradshaw
never
that
bring
dude
up.
or no, Jamal?
They don't
course.
bring up Joe. They
Bro, he
don't
got
bring up
4
Joe
rings.
Namath,
So he's that dude, right?
who beat Johnny
Of course he
Unitas.
is.
They never beat.
Then. So he don't count in y'all argument. Terry Bradshaw don't count in y'all argument. He's that
I don't
dude.
know what you're saying. I think you're confusing yourself.
So
You arguing with your alter ego.
So Jim Plunkett, Nick Foles, Phil Simms.
Phil Simms was
Yo,
that dude.
I'm gonna run
for
it
a
down
while,
for you
bro.
right
Come on,
now,
man.
Ty.
Phil Simms
Jim
was that dude
Plunkett,
for a minute,
Doug
bro.
Williams, Nick Foles, Jeff Hostetler, Phil Simms,
Phil
Joe
Simms
Namath,
Phil
Roger
Simms was that
Starbuck,
dude, bro.
Bob Greasy, Bart Starr, Joe Theismann, Kirk Warner, Brad Johnson,
Joe
Aaron
Theismann was that
Rodgers,
dude. Kirk
Russell
Warner was that
Wilson,
dude.
and all
Okay, time out,
one-time Super Bowl winners,
Kurt
bro.
Warner was
Hold
that
on.
Kurt Warner was that dude,
One-time
bro.
Super Bowl winners.
Kurt
Did
Warner
Brett
was that.
Favre
How many people that list was that dude, bro? What are you talking about?
What about Brett Favre?
Brett Favre was that dude for a long time.
How many chips did he win?
One, but he had to be that dude to win it though, right?
Ty, you arguing with yourself, bro.
Yeah, you definitely are.
It's Ty right now arguing with Ty of 11 minutes ago. That's what it's like.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand y'all comprehension of what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you don't have that dude at quarterback, you're not going to win. There are exceptions. And there's only about 10 of them out of the whole history of the NFL. There's only about 10 dudes that weren't that dude that managed to win Super Bowls. Brett Favre is not one of those. Brett Favre is on my side. He was that dude when he won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer.
What is the definition? What is your definition of that dude?
Come on, man. The people who are that dude are people who you know are surefire Hall of Famers. Not like Eli Manning, who's only getting in because of Super Bowls. Not like Nick Foles, who ain't going to sniff a yellow jacket. Not like Trent Dilfer, who ain't going to sniff a yellow jacket. I'm talking about solidified dudes that
Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl in his life.
Dan Marino was that dude. He just didn't win. He was that dude, though. He just didn't win.
Jim Kelly lost 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Jim Kelly's one of those too. But he wouldn't have won the 4 Super Bowls in a row. He wasn't that dude.
Listen.
But he wasn't that dude when it counted.
Doesn't matter, man.
And most of these teams that you're mentioning, you missed the point of football. Once again, you bring it up in the context of like the quarterback is throwing the ball up in the air to himself, who then that same quarterback is going out and making the stops on defense himself.
Y'all not being realistic. The 49ers would win those 4 Super Bowls if Joe Montana wasn't the quarterback.
The 49ers also wouldn't have won them damn
They would have won
Super
4 of them shits with Steve Young. It just Steve Young would have had the same amount of chips, bro.
Their defense,
their
defense, nigga, you're forgetting the fact that all of these teams' defenses also play tremendous.
Yes,
in
sir.
these playoff runs.
You ain't never gonna.
It's not that. But again, my bad. Brett Favre ran the ball for touchdowns. Brett Favre made the sacks to put themselves in position. On top of throwing, it was the quarterback. My bad. This
And
is
created
why I say
turnovers.
you can't-
And created turnovers.
this is why you can't have football conversations with everybody. I'm
If
sorry.
you don't have a good quarterback, you ain't gonna be successful in the NFL. It's been proven.
Oh,
It's
Trent
been
Dilfer has a
given
chip,
fact.
bro.
Trent
Trent
Dilfer
Dilfer
is
got
a
a chip
bum, and he has a chip
in a
because
blowout.
of defense. He's not the rule.
Dan
Brad
Marino was
Johnson
a
got a
great
chip.
quarterback.
Brad Johnson got a chip.
He's an exception to the rule. He won that chip because of defense. He didn't win that chip because of him.
Oh, damn. There's a whole lot of exceptions to the rule then.
It's not. It's only like 10 of them.
Yo,
Oh, man.
you know what? You know what?
Ty needs some nourishment, y'all.
It's not about
It's time he
exception
needs
to the
some
rule,
dinner.
bro.
No,
He's an
Tyrone.
infamil.
No one. I give up. It's all right.
Ty,
All
yeah,
right.
no, we give up. Yeah,
Listen.
Tyrone has given me the bubble guts legitimately.
Y'all
I have
don't
to go
get-
take a shit.
I don't
I do have to go take a shit.
Why is the quarterback
Oh,
why
man.
the quarterback make the most money and the most important person in the NFL? Because I'm right.
Well, because if we no, you're not right. Because
I
we
am.
could actually bring the conversation of racism into this
Who's
shit.
the most important person on an NFL team? The quarterback. No doubt about it. Nobody
GM.
else. The quarterback is the most important player on an NFL team, period. Without a doubt.
You're
Not
gonna
even
get.
close. Not even close.
We're
All
we're
right,
gonna
so-
let you. We're gonna let you. We're gonna end it, leaving
You
you
can't be the
with
most
that
important
opinion.
and not be that dude. You can't be the most important and not be that
Yeah.
dude.
Right.
Who? No.
You supporting my theory that you have to be
Bro.
that dude to win, bro.
Who?
Ain't no
How
theory,
does-
brother.
And Trent Dilfer was that dude.
No, he
Trent
wasn't.
Dilfer was
He
that
was an
dude.
exception to the
You
rule.
just
He was an exception to the rule. Bro. Every rule has exceptions. I don't understand what y'all saying.
I got two
Yo,
hands
Ty,
up. I got
Ty,
two hands. I got two hands up.
Just get you some roasted chicken and a starch and a couple vegetables, man.
I don't
Relax.
understand. I don't
Ty needs a
understand how
Sit
gummy.
y'all
down.
do
Ty
this,
needs
bro.
a gummy.
Get
Ty
some,
needs a
get
gummy
some
right
Like I
vitamins in
said-
your system,
Like
man.
I said before, if you count all of the Super Bowls that ever been won, y'all only got about 10 guys that I can say was not that dude that won Super Bowls. Other than that, the percentage is in my favor, bro.
The quarterback can't be that dude without his protection. The quarterback can't be
my
that
God, you being
dude.
technical.
The quarterback can't be that dude without the
You
person
being
who has
technical.
to.
Joe Burrow
give
him
never
the ball.
without protection.
There's
Joe Burrow
exceptions to the
never
No,
rule.
no. There's
There's exceptions
if
to
there's
the rule.
exceptions, the
There's
quarterback
exceptions
can't
to the
start
rule,
a
bro.
fucking
Not the
play
rule.
without the center snapping him the ball.
Oh my
The
God.
quarterback
Daniel
can't
Clemens
make
boys
a,
on the center.
the quar-
Offensive line, man.
Bro, y'all crazy.
My bad. I'm sorry, Tyrone. You're loud. My bad, Tyrone. My bad. TJ Jamal. You know what? My bad. Tom Brady snapped the ball to Tom Brady. To
Oh
do
my
the pass
God.
to Tom Brady,
Yeah.
to put themselves in
Yeah.
position so Tom Brady could kick the
Yeah.
game-winning field goals.
Yeah.
Tom Brady
My
didn't win
bad.
those Super Bowls. Adam Vinatieri won them shits.
No, y'all crazy.
No. Tom Brady kicked them
Adam
field
Vinatieri
goals.
didn't put them in field goal
Tom
range.
Brady did that shit.
Yes.
Tom Brady
Tom
did that
Adam
shit.
Vinatieri
Yeah.
is the exception to the rule.
Tom Brady did that shit. They had to get in field goal range. And like I said before, a professional NFL quarterback should make a 40-yard field goal. God damn right he should. But Tom
And on
Brady
that
put him in
note-
that.
Thanks for coming out. God bless and good night.
Jamal, it's on you, Jamal. It's on you. Enough blasphemy.
Yo.
today.
Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Shout out to my boy Ty for always making it interesting with his beyond Neil deGrasse Tyson theories on everything. Shout out to brother Amako out there in Ghana with the family. Shout out to TJ Mayor. Shout out to Hooks Rub Spices. Shout out to Disabled Planets. Disabled Planet. Ill Magic and what's the third one?
We definitely went to Ishtar today.
That's right. Peace to Ishtar. Go ahead, Ty.
I'm just utterly confused at your argument, but I'm gonna let it go. But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying shout out to the ABA for being around. Shout out to Joe Burrow for being that dude. And that's all I got. Go ahead, TJ.
This is why I come here on Sundays for this right here. This is why I do podcasting for this shit right here. This is amazing. Amazing content, amazing conversation. This is so much fun. This gets me through the day on Sundays, and I look forward to this shit every week because it can always potentially just explode like this every week, and this is why I love it. Ty, I respect you for standing on business, brother. You are one of the few who won't fold in the face of truth, and I love you for that, brother. I love you for it.
You're a liar.
Don't change. Don't change. Continue to be yourself, brother. I love it. That's all I got. Shout out to Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Shout out to the sponsors. Yo, this is how you end the show. I love it. What do you, Dan? Before you go to the bathroom, you're on mute.
Tyrone literally had me singing because of his blasphemous and shit takes. Sitting on the toilet, waiting for my bowels to move. I gotta do rap. I gotta do. And now I really do. God damn it. Today we wasn't even supposed to go there, but once again,
Oh
my
my God.
brother reminded me this is why you don't have football conversations with everybody. We gonna have these conversations here, but you can't have these conversations with everybody. Because not everybody's gonna stand 10 toes down on the shit that Tyrone did today.
It's
I'm
Sunday.
just
Tyrone's
saying.
conversations will lead to fights, and we don't
It's
do
facts.
that here.
I'm
It's facts.
stating facts, bro. You need you. I don't know
It's
what's
only
going
it's only facts in a fucking barbershop conversation. It's only facts when you get all your
It's
stats
facts
and
in
information.
real life. When you look at the Super Bowls and you look at how many good quarterbacks won as opposed to bad ones, I'm right. Period.
All right, this is like his 15th argument, but go ahead.
No, it's the same argument, bro.